Hello, everybody. David Serpa here, and we are out educating at another Keller Williams this morning. We're here with Theresa.
Good morning, everyone.
In Redlands, and we're here with a whole bunch of people in this office. Everybody say good morning. All right. So what we're doing is we are teaching the 3 breakdowns of a deal. We'll be in Temecula on March 13th. We'll be in Corona on March 3rd. We are hiring everywhere that we go. We've added 11 veterans to our team yesterday. So we've got a lot of good things going on, and we are going to bring it here for you guys. The Machine Gunner's Guide to Real Estate will have all these scripts for you for $9.99. All right, guys. I would like to introduce everybody. My partner, Zach Bach. He is our sales team lead here on the Serpa team. What we have on this team is we have a marketing director who's a Navy veteran. We have a head recruiter and head ISA nationally who is an Air Force veteran. I have my sales team lead who's an Air Force veteran. And, of course, I am a Marine Corps veteran. And then I have my operations manager whose father served in the fire department and in the police department. That being said, a lot of people say, you guys just know about veterans. No, we're about breaking down the barriers between civilians and veterans and first responders because connectivity is king. This guy made over $100,000 in his first year in real estate. I made over $100,000 in my first year. I made $35,000 in my second month, which is more than I made getting shot at the year prior. This is no BS. This is 100% the truth. We're going to give you guys the truth. The 3 breakdowns are this. 1, how to get the information at the open house. A lot of people are telling you guys a lie right now. There's a mega open house. Get hundreds of clients through your mega open house. How many people have seen that stuff? Who's ever gotten 100+ people through an open house? Anybody? And this is Redlands.
We did once. We listed the oldest house in Temecula, and we paired with the Historical Society, and we that was the only reason.
It cost a ton of money.
Yeah, it cost a ton of money.
Yeah, San Diego. And the thing is, guys, 90% of our markets are not San Diego. They're not Los Angeles. They're Temecula. They're Redlands. They're Menifee. They're Corona, right? We're going to get 3, 4, 5 people through an open house. Now, a lot of us don't want to get their information because we think that we're being greasy. You're not being greasy. You have to understand you are the best possible thing that could have happened to them that day. And I'm being dead serious with you because if you don't work with them, somebody else who doesn't care as much as Vicky is going to work with them. And they're gonna take advantage of them. That's the first breakdown. The second breakdown, getting them out the door for the appointment. That's phone and text messages. That's what the portion that this guy's gonna teach. He's gonna give you the intro. I'm gonna teach you about open houses. He's gonna teach you about phones. I hate phones, but that being said, I spend a lot of my day on them. Your success will be defined by the number of awkward conversations that you are willing to have, right? Stop feeling uncomfortable, getting uncomfortable. Number 3, closing the deal at the showing in a way that doesn't feel greasy, because the buyer, if they're going to give you a yes, it's got to feel good for them. Otherwise, you're not going to get a second yes. So we're going to talk about value a lot today. That's what we're going to talk about. You guys ready to rock and roll?
Yes.
You guys ready to rock and roll? Yes. All right, Zach Block. Kick this pig, my friend. Let's do it.
You know, we haven't talked about the wake up stuff at one of these ones. I'm gonna touch on that real quick. So we've read Powerhouse Next on Slide-ish. And you should read those books. You can wake up and be like you are right now. You all are very motivated this morning. It's very refreshing. And if you wake up and you're motivated and you choose to attack the day, like your life depends on it, you're going to see more success. If you come to the office to work, or if you work from home, if you go to work without distraction, you're going to see immediate success. And that's what we're all about to teach about today is giving you the tools that you need to be successful, because we don't have an information problem. We have an application problem in our society. People have all the information. You can become an expert in almost any field off of Wikipedia. But yet most people aren't going to apply that information. So we're going to give you the tools. All you're going to do is apply them. So you want to kick it off with scripting? Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so guys, the number one problem that people have right now is they think that we work in an industry where you have to learn scripts, and scripts are a way to take advantage of people. Am I right? Okay. Learn to talk to people. Learn to provide value. That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? So that being said, these scripts are jazz. Who here plays music? Yes! I didn't meet you yet, young lady.
I'm Regina Smith.
Regina, I'm David. Very nice to meet you. What instruments do you guys play?
Music.
You sing?
No, music.
Okay. Who plays music? What do you play?
saxophone and clarinet.
There it is, jazz, baby. You listen to any jazz?
Not really.
Okay, so jazz, like hip hop, became big because anybody could play with anybody. That's how it became big. I'm going to teach you the chords. You guys already have jazz in your hearts. You guys can already play music. You are enough. You are a fantastic real estate agent. You are a good person. Stop buying the lie that you're not enough. Okay? All right, here we go. You guys ready to rock and roll? This is what we're going to do now. We're going to talk the scripts that everybody wants to talk about. I just went through all of my notes to make sure that I still had these. Okay, so this is what, right now, what are you guys doing to prep for open houses? What are you guys setting up? Who's putting out food or water or drinks or whatnot for an open house? Nobody.
I did. I put out drinks.
What type of drinks are you putting out?
Water.
Okay. I love it. Who else? Yes, ma'am.
I've done open houses in Havasu, and we've served wine.
Wine. Getting clients drunk. All right, that's one way to do it. All right. Hey, maybe she brought water and it turned to wine. Let's let our hair down. Let's get partying. Okay, what wine? Interesting. I hear a lot of people saying we give cookies out. We give cookies to the kiddos. And the thing is about doing all this stuff, guys, is you have to understand if you hand a 4-year-old a cookie, you might have kids. Do you have kids? Okay, if you hand a 4-year-old a cookie and you let them go loose in your client's house, goodness gracious, forget about it. Okay, stop it. Okay, water and value. That's what we give at open houses. I see this. You must have worked in open house once or twice, sir. A couple. Okay. So guys, what we need to do is we need to stop getting in our head about these things. When they walk in through the front door, what is everyone in the world telling you guys to do right now? Have them do what? Sign in. Who's having them sign in? Who is not? Okay, rock and roll. Hey, I love it. I think you and me were vibing right now. We're going to hang out later. Okay, so do not have them sign in. What happens when you have someone sign into an open house? What do they do immediately?
Yeah.
Shut down.
Put their hands up, shut down. We have to pay attention to body language because these are verbal indicators of what is happening right here. Okay? And if they put their hands up, literally, this is what people do. Can you please sign into my open house? The other thing that people are saying is, this is how you get information at an open house. The homeowner has asked that for security purposes, you sign into the open house. Like writing down an email is going to save all of their stuff. It's a lie. It's a lie. And that's how we're starting these relationships off with our clients. With a lie, we can do better than that, right? We can absolutely flip and do better than that. So what are we offering right now? We're offering value. That's what we're doing. So when they walk in, am I asking them to sign in? Am I saying, hey, go and sign in? No, we have an agent. Shut up. All this is, they're starting right away, and you're telling them to sign in. They're telling you to shut up because you don't get that information yet. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. Okay. So when they walk in, what do you think that I say to them? I'll tell them to sign in. I just say, hey, good morning. Come on in. Hey, guys, I'm David Serpa. Take a look around. This house is just over 2,000 square feet. There's a pull out back. It is a single story. If you couldn't tell from the curb, we're listed at 415,000. There's a pull out back. No HOA. Here you go, guys. You guys have any questions? All right, fantastic. Take a look around. I am observing. I am listening. I'm shutting up. It doesn't matter if you're number one. It doesn't matter if you're number two. Who sees all these people out there talking about being number one, being number two? I've been guilty of it. Hey, we're all out there chasing numbers, right? We're all out there talking about how great we are, right? Your clients do not care. They do not care. They want to work with a good person. How are we going to provide value? By being good people. By being good people. Forget about all this other crap. Okay? Stop taking advantage of people. Lead with your heart. Everything else will come. You help enough people get what they want. You will get what you want. Right? Yes. Okay. So, win-win or no deal. They walk in. Come on in. I am looking for their shirt. I want to see what's Tiger backers. You look like you're coaching, brother. Are you a coach?
I coach 15 years varsity football. My daughter plays at RCC.
Yes, I'm a coach too, my friend. Coaches got to stick together, brother. Got to tribe up. So if he walks in, that's immediately what I'm doing. I'm talking about being a coach. If you walk in, guarantee you, your hair is fantastic. Goodness gracious, how did you get those locks? Who was it? Was it your mom or your dad?
Both.
You're both? That's superior breeding. Fantastic. You talk to anybody about anything, right? Anybody about anything. Let's just be fun. Let's just have fun. My brother, where do you get your hair done, young man?
Riverside.
Riverside, where?
Electric barbershop.
Barbershop. I knew for a fact that he was going to say a barbershop. You don't get lined out like that if you don't go to a barbershop. That's the way they do it, right? What was the name of your barbershop?
Electric barbershop.
Electric barbershop. We're bonding. We're talking. What did I say to you when we started talking? Tattoos. We're just bonding. We're just talking. How did we forget how to bond with people? Isn't that weird? So when they walk in, we're just bonding. Come on in. What do you got going on? How many kids do you guys have? You know, like do all that stuff. If you're a guy, don't start in like that. We get crazy about the way that we ask for things, right? How many kids do you have? Where are they going to school? We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about how to ask for those questions because those questions are important. But in this day and age, if you want to start in hot, like, how many kids do you have and where do they go to school? Now, you'll notice whenever I'm talking to people, I keep my notepad down at my side. I'm not writing anything down because we're just connecting on a human level right now. We're just connecting two people, right? We're just looking at each other in the eyeballs. I'm finding out what they need. I'm looking for their compelling reason. When they give me their compelling reason, I now know they need to downsize because the kids are moving out. They need a little bit more house because mom is moving in, dad passed away, they need a downstairs bedroom and bath. You're getting all this stuff. This is the information we need, right? Because you have to provide value. How are you going to provide value if you don't know what they want? How are we going to find out what they want if we don't let them look at the house for comparison, right? We're holding the house hostage. Let them into the house. So this is what you're going to do. Blah, 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 blah. Here are 3 flyers. These are the 3 flyers you're giving them. This is a flyer about the house. It is on top, conveniently located so that you can look at the house. And guess what this flyer has on it? The flipping square footage and the price and all these things that real estate agents don't like to put on there because they're a bunch of sharks and a bunch of snakes and they want to drive leads. Give them the information. Let them come back to you if they want the house. Provide value. If they don't want that house, they'll want another one. And then you're going to get the reputation for being the listing agent in that community that's telling buyers how to buy the house, not how to double in deals. Right? Big sellers will appreciate that? Yes, they will. Goodness gracious. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Let them in. Let them look around. Start talking to them occasionally. Do not follow them through the house like, these here are plantation shutters. This kitchen, as you can tell, has tiled counters. You don't have to sell them everything. They will know in the first 15 seconds whether or not they want to buy that house. Fact. In the first 15 seconds. Part of that is getting bombarded at the door. What percentage of agents have ever sold a house at the open house? Hit me with it.
Spring Valley Lake, 380,000, walked in, kept on seeing the house, never saw it open, so they were shy to call it.
Yeah. What percentage of realtors have ever sold a house at the open house?
So one person in this room has.
1%. 1% of agents have ever sold a house at the open house. 1%. That sounds a whole hell of a lot like luck to me. It sounds a whole hell of a lot like luck. So what are we doing on our team that at one point, 50% of us had sold a house at the open house? Marketing, talking to people, providing value, talking to the neighbor that's just looking, helping them out. That's how you freaking get paid, helping people. They walk in, they look around, and what are they doing? They are getting something to compare to. Have you ever asked somebody after one showing, what do you think, 1 to 5? 1 to 5, what do you think about this house? They have nothing to compare it to. Let them into the open house, let them look at it, and then guess what? They're going to come back and they're going to tell you why they don't like it. Now, this is where the scripting starts. You guys ready? Here we go. They walk back in. You know what? What are you doing right now, handsome? You want to have a conversation with me? Sure. Okay, you want to stand up right up here? What's your name again?
Matthew.
Matthew. I'm terrible with names. Terrible with names. I apologize. You guys seen Finding Nemo? Okay, so I'm like Dory with like the 2-second memory, and I've got Nemo's leg. So that's how it works out. So just keep swimming. All right, here we go. Matthew, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the first thing that we're going to ask Matthew. So what'd you think?
That was pretty nice. Bedrooms are a little small.
Right on. The first thing that we got is my favorite thing is the inaudible. It's the right? So what'd you think, miss? Right? That means they're not interested, right? But instead, what are we asking people? We're asking them things like, what was your favorite thing about the house? And then they're looking at us like, I'm not going to buy this house. Get away from me. So what did I ask? So what'd you think? We're starting a conversation. And then what did he tell me? Bedrooms are too small. We're listening, right? Holy smokes, it's like we got 2 ears and one mouth, right? The bedrooms are too small. So it's a little bit less than what you guys are looking for.
Yeah, I'm just hoping to get a little more square footage.
Okay.
We have a bunch of furniture. Need to make sure it all fits.
Right on.
The kids have room to play in the room.
Yes. They're not going to go in the room if they don't have room to play in there, right?
That's right.
Mom and dad need to relax.
That's right.
How many kids you guys got?
Two.
Okay. How old are they?
3 and 5.
3 and 5. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
3 and 5? That's my kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old that are mine. And then I have a 9 and a 10-year-old. We have a blended family.
Mm-hmm.
Boys and girls?
2 boys.
2 boys.
Yeah.
Good queen, right? Good for you, my brother. Okay, so all we're doing is we're rapport building. All we're doing is we're rapport building. You know, let's get handsome in the frame here. Let's get you right up. There you go. Goodness gracious. You look too good not to be on camera, sir. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're finding out he's got 2 kids, right? They're 3 and 5. They're not in school yet. The 5-year-old might be, right? That's what we're going to find out right now. Now, do we ask, what school do your kids go to? Man to man, that might be okay. But if I ask Vicky, it might be a different response. If I ask Sonetta, where do your kids go to school? It might be a different response, right? I'm a man. There is a negative implication that goes with that in this society, unfortunately. We have to shatter that. Different story, different time. Men need to play with their kids. Men need to play. Men need to coach, my brother. Okay, so what do we need? The bedrooms are too small. He has 2 kids, okay? So the right way to ask is not, where do your kids go to school? It's, are your kids currently in Temecula School District?
No, I live in Apple Valley.
You live in Apple Valley? Yeah. Okay, cool. So what school district are you guys at?
Apple Valley School District.
Are you guys looking to relocate?
Sure.
So there's a lot of things that we're getting right here, right? All this information is coming at once. 1 million people would immediately jump on that and be like, oh my gosh, he needs to relocate. I'm going to sell his house. Wait. Do not talk lending and do not talk about selling their house until you have their email and their phone number. I'm going to teach you guys how to do that, okay? So when we're talking, and this is great too, and I love your body language. So read a book called What Every Body is Saying. What Every Body is Saying. Okay, CIA guy, right? And it's simple things like when men, thank you, by the way, for being up here and letting me talk about it so freely, my friend. Okay, so men do a couple of different things. They cross their arms, and when they cross their arms, it says, I'm not getting something that I want from you. Women typically do it down here. You'll see a lot of like military that will do it right here as well. But also like this is a different thing. This is something totally different than this. Whereas if you look at like it's a great book. You guys got to read it. Simple things like this says I have money, while this says I'm poor. This says I have money, thumbs up. This says I'm a poor person. I'm a pauper. Totally different, right? Thumbs up, thumbs in, thumbs out. So he's closed off right now. He's not getting everything that he needs, but he's also on the spotlight, right? So I have to pull more information out, right? Okay, so you guys are in Apple Valley right now. So you guys are looking for a little bit more house then?
Yes.
Are you single story or 2-story?
Single story.
Single story, okay. And then at what price are you guys comfortable keeping it under?
350,000.
350,000. Did you guys see how I walked over and I picked this up and then where did his eyes go? To this. Now he's getting nervous, so that's why I always need to keep it in my hand, right? I always need to keep it in my hand. Keep your pen either in your hand or behind your ear. It is all about non-threatening body language. Now, my body language is entirely different with this man than it would be with Sonetta. Get your hand in front of your name tag. I appreciate you, Sonetta. My body language is entirely different because if she comes in here, a lot of people say, control the middle of the room, right? And I appreciate you standing. Do you mind standing up here for a little while longer? Okay, cool. So a lot of people say, control the middle of the room. If you are a woman, control the middle of the room. If you are a smaller man of stature, it's okay to control the middle of the room. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to stand in the middle of the room like a drill instructor. I had a partner that at one point was doing this. I converted 26 of 29 of my open house leads. He did not convert any of them. We worked on his body language. He ended up making over $170,000 the next year. So it's one of those things, and that's part of it. But as a Marine, you'll see a lot of times that I do have a fused ankle. I do this. Does this seem threatening? No, not at all, right? I also, if a woman comes in with her kids, I will lean against the wall. I will give her the middle of the room. I heard about a veteran or a guy who was teaching an open house class. He said, when they walk in, he goes, I will stand between them and the door so that they have to talk to me on the way out. My brother. Does it seem a little rapey to anybody? There's no kids in here. It's flipping scary, right? You don't want to make women uncomfortable.
It creates anxiety. That is what cops use to create anxiety in people that they're interviewing.
That's right.
That exact thing.
And when you're trained in the military, when you're trained in counterintelligence, when you're trained in getting information out of people, the last thing that you want to do is create anxiety with somebody that you're working with. Okay, especially if she's with your kids. Because I'll tell you what, you do something like that, and it doesn't matter if she's got a 12-year-old son, 11-year-old son, they're going to start balling up their fists, they're going to start feeling uncomfortable. I was raised by a single mother. Okay, I had 2 younger sisters. We grew up in Section 8 housing. I learned how to read a room very young. Safety depends on it, and a lot of people know that. So women, when they walk into an open house, they don't want to be outnumbered by 2 men. If you're a man, there's not a single reason on this planet to work your open house with another man. I don't care if you've got the greatest lender in the world. You're just not that busy. You always have to give the illusion of control to your client, not to you. If you outnumber a woman that comes in with her kids with you and your male lender, shut up about it. Go somewhere else. Be confident enough in your own skin. Now, women, I have no problem with you ladies tribing up. If you guys got a freaking safety up and get some accountability going for each other, hey, Sonetta, I'm out holding an open house. I'm going to check in with you by 4, just let you know that I'm okay. Cool, fantastic. That's the kind of stuff that we need to start doing, okay? Women have to start being comfortable looking out for each other and start getting a little bit more comfortable, getting violent if we have to. We got to be okay. Tribe up, my ladies, okay? Tribe up. Look out for each other. Automatic updates, not right now. Okay. Okay, so right now, we've talked to him about schools, right? And instead of asking him, where do your kids go to school? I said, are you guys currently going to Temecula schools? No, we are not. We're in Apple Valley. Okay, cool. Right on. Because if you are presumptive about it, they will correct you and offer the information. Okay, the next thing that I do is I don't ask what everybody else in the world asks. I don't say, what price, what are you guys approved for? What's your max budget? Horse crap. We can do better than that. What price are you guys comfortable keeping it under?
Around 350,000.
Around 315,000. Now you saw for a moment, I put my hand in my pocket, and then what I do, I pull it right back out, because the thing is when you put your hand in your pocket, people assume that you have something to hide. Okay, so keep your hands out, talk to people, have a pen in your hand, have this right here. I have post-traumatic stress, so my hand shakes sometimes when I talk. You guys will probably see it. It's why I always have something in my hand. So if you get in control of the ways in which you are deficient, instead of focusing on the ways in which you lack, you will feel empowered, okay? So I've always got something in my hand. Who noticed that my hand shakes? Probably nobody, right? Because I move my hands. I got this thing right here. We're doing all right. We're rocking and rolling. What price did you guys want to keep it under?
350.
350. Okay. We can make that happen, my brother. So you single story or 2-story?
No, no 2-story.
No 2-story, just single story.
Yeah.
Okay. Single story house. What do you say? Probably what? At least how many bedrooms you guys need?
We need 3.
You need 3.
Room for an office.
Okay. So 3 plus an office. We don't want any guests coming over. You're not welcome here, Mom. Okay, right on, brother. Okay, so at this point, I have all the information that I need. Now I'm going to start writing this down as I'm talking to him. What is this called? Presumptive close. I'm going to do business with him. Why have we been talking for the last 5 minutes about real estate? We're not homies. We're not best friends right now. I want to sell this man a house. I want to help him out as a professional to have a fantastic home buying experience, right? Do you think that I'm qualified to do that right now?
Sure.
Have I been talking about me?
No.
We were talking about you and what you need. That's what's important to me. It's not about what I need. It's not about you. You know that, right? It's about him. Okay, so now that we have all the information, we repeat it back to him while not looking up. This is our gunslinger moment, okay? So I'm going to repeat back to you. Okay, and I don't say that. Okay, ready? And we're back in the scene. Okay, so we're looking to keep it under 350,000. Your kids are, oh, you know what I didn't do? We didn't talk about the home that I need to sell. Serpa, you're getting ahead of yourself, sir. Okay, so what did we not talk until we get the information, the phone number and the email? Selling the house, and we don't talk loans, right? So this is what we're going to do right now. Everybody's thinking that he's relocating, right? Because he is relocating. We're not going to talk about it. I'm going to write this down. We're going to double back for that information. And this is how we're going to do it. It's not just about the information. It's about how you collect the information. Okay, you ready, homie?
Yeah.
I'm coming for you, big dog.
All right, let's go.
All right, and we're back in. Okay, so we want to keep it under $350,000. It's you and the two kids. Everybody's getting a bedroom except for mom and dad when they come and visit. You need an office, and the kids are going to Apple Valley School right now. What's a good email for me to send these listings to?
MatthewJerkins@gmail.com.
Okay, and what's a good phone number for me to reach you at?
760-217-7020.
Can I text you this number?
Absolutely.
Okay, those three questions in order. People will give their email to the CVS clerk to save 30 cents on a gallon of milk. They will give you their email. They want to buy real estate. Do you guys feel bad about giving? Does your doctor say, I need your email, but I'm not going to email you guys. I need your phone number, but we're not going to call you. Guys, stop feeling bad about needing people's information to help them buy and sell real estate. We just need it. It's important, right? So what I did was, it's all about intonation. Who here knows about NLP? Yes, sir. Neuro-logistic programming. I have a feeling you would. I don't even have to look your way anymore. Neuro-logistic programming. It is the study of how to get anyone to do anything at any time. It's basically like being a Jedi. You can do it for bad, or you can do it for good. One of the reasons why I am uncomfortable teaching this class for a long time and why I didn't do it at any of the other brokerages that I was at was because I didn't want to give people all of this information and then have them go out and be terrible people. Keller Williams, it's been different. That's why we're here. Okay, so intonation. I repeat back to him his price point, his values. He has 2 kids, all of these different things. What price point he is comfortable keeping it under. And then the last question that I ask, I talk and I talk and I talk. And if you realize that you forgot to ask for the price, if you forgot anything else, do not ask. Right now you are scripting. So at this point, repeat back, repeat back, repeat back, repeat back. And then you say, what's a good email for me to send these listings to? And you drop, like mentally you're doing this because you have to drop the intonation at the end. What's a good email for me to send these listings to? Now women, I taught this class to Debbie Nunez. Debbie Nunez and her husband closed 5 escrows 2 months later. La Rosa converted 100% of her open house leads from this weekend. Women, unfortunately, have gotten in the mindset that they are servants, that they are of service. There's a big difference between being of service and being a servant. Okay? Theresa, I appreciate you nodding. Give me some feedback. Now, how do we do this? We talk to people like we're taking an order at Jamba Juice. There we go. We put our voice up way too high, and we sound like we're asking them if they need fries with everything. Okay? We're saying, so where do you want to do this? Or where are you guys moving from? And we put on that high voice that says, I'm a servant. My ladies, I want you to be professionals. I want you to be doctors, lawyers. You will make more money than a doctor and a lawyer without the debt if you follow these scripts. Do not talk to people with that high pitch, fake intonation. Be powerful women, because what happens when you talk like that, men look at you and they say, oh, Theresa, she's like a mom to me. She's like a mom. Horse crap. Powerful women are powerful women. They are business leaders just like men are. Why are we looking at powerful women and calling them moms instead of calling them leaders, instead of calling them professionals? Bring that intonation down, boss up. Okay. So I say to you, what's a good email for me to send these listings to? I bring the intonation down. I do not look up. What's a good phone number for me to reach you at? I do not look up, intonation down again. What's a good phone number for me to reach you at? The third one, I bring the intonation back up and I give them the puppy dog eyes, right? Can I reach you at this number? It's just fun, guys. Okay, so this is what I would do. I would say, and we've been friends on Facebook for a minute, sir. Okay, so I look at this handsome gentleman and I look down and I say, What's a good email for me to send these listings to? What's a good phone number for me to reach you at? Can I text you this number? Just the intonation, guys. Just the intonation. Just the body language of looking somebody in the eyes. Because you know what's going to happen? If they gave you their work number, if they gave you their home phone number, 100% of the time, 100%, they now offer you their cell phone number because they're so afraid that you're going to text them right there on the spot. I've had people be like, can I send you the KW app right now to your phone? I'll text it to you. That way you guys can look for homes right now. That's cool. I heard that in one of my masterminds. It was 150 to 400 transactions. That's what they're doing. Giving them the KW app as a closer. Kind of smart, right? Okay, so what's a good phone number for me to reach you at? Can I text you this number? Okay, great. And then once you say, so we're looking for our value adds. Our value adds are 3 things. This is the only way that you're not going to get this information. If you have not provided enough value at this point, and they're walking through and they're saying, I have an agent. I have an agent is code word for shut up. I've been to 30 open houses. I know that I have an agent means that you will leave me alone. Do I want you to poach other people's clients? No, I don't. I want you to empower other people's clients. If I send my client out and he's out looking at open houses, or I didn't even send them out. They just go out and they're looking, right? And they're out during dinner time or on Sunday. And on Sunday, I have my phone turned off. And what's your name again, sir?
Ray.
Ray?
Ray.
They go into Ray's open house. Ray's a closer. Ray is professional. Ray knows what he's doing. But they walk in and they see Ray, and Ray says, oh, fantastic. You guys do have an agent. Okay, cool. And they say, oh, yeah, we're working with David Serpa. We're working with Zach Bach. We're working with Sonetta. We're working with Vicky. And he says, okay, fantastic. I'm sure that they're probably just having some time with their family or whatnot. While you guys are out, schools, taxes, what can I see now? What can I see now is not something that you're going to give to people that are working with an agent. Okay? Schools. Knowing the school boundaries. In Winchester, there are 4 different school districts in one valley. It is insane. Okay, I don't know what it's like here in Redlands, but I'd imagine it's probably pretty similar, right? Okay, number 2, taxes. Who is the number 1 person that's going to say, I have an agent, and then is going to walk through like this? It's the man, right? I have an agent. Okay, cool, fantastic. Has anybody talked to you guys about taxes? No, not really. Okay, I mean, like, you save a lot of money just by paying attention to tax areas, okay? This area right here that you walked into, the tax rate here is at 1.3%. A couple streets over that way, it's at 1.9%. A couple streets over there is 1.7%. Across the street, 2.2%. Now, what does that mean to you as the home buyer? At $400,000, and this is in the book, at $400,000 at a 1.3% tax rate, you spend $5,200 a year on taxes. At a 2.2% tax rate for the same house, you spend $8,800 annually on taxes, which means that you spend $3,600 more just by living across the street. If I could save you $300 a month, is that something you guys might be interested in?
Absolutely.
Rock and roll, brother. Hey, I want you to work with the agent that you're working with, but let me write down some low tax areas for you guys while you're out there looking, right? Taxes. Men want to go out back. They want to see the garage and they want to save some money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Women are the ones making the decisions when it comes to real estate. Sorry, gents. Sorry, gents. It's just the truth. Women are the ones making the decisions. She's smiling back there. She knows it's the truth. Women are the ones making the decisions when it comes to real estate. Flat out. It is not the men. It is not the men. If you're pointing to him, you're wrong. You're out in left field. Okay? So women are making the decisions. That being said, if you can appeal to his pocketbook and you can appeal to him not having to work as hard, that's how you win a man over. 2, what can I see? Or 3, what can I see now, right? What can I see now? So often we hold these open houses and then what do? We let them walk out to the front door and leave. Not set an appointment with them. I used to hold open houses 11 to 3, right? Why? I could show houses at 8:30 the next morning, and I could show houses at 4 o'clock afterwards. My number 1 issue about open houses is when I say, how was your open house, Vicky? And if Vicky were to come back to me and say, it was boring, I'd be like, don't you talk. How was your open house, Vicky?
Great.
It was great. Do you know why an open house is always great? Because I'm always dialing at my open houses. I'm calling my book of business and I'm trying to schedule an appointment for 4 o'clock that day and for 8:30 the next morning. If somebody tells me my open house is boring, I say, the open house isn't boring. You're boring. You weren't working. Wake up. Schedule these appointments, okay? Here we go. So I do the whole thing. I repeat it all back to him. Top 3 things, if he doesn't give me my information, the value adds are schools, taxes, and what can I see now? Okay? You have printed off in your hand or on your iPad the 75 to 100 closest listings organized by price point, all of your notice of default, all of your foreclosures, all of your short sales. Put a little red tab on this. La Rosa converted 100% of her leads this weekend by doing this. Red tab. Oh, these are all of our notice of default properties. Blue tab. These are all of the houses that have pools in them. Organize it by price, right? Green tab. Every house that is vacant, go direct. Vacant, go direct means that I can show this house right now, right? Do not shut down that open house and go show another house. You're going to get a reputation for not having your open house open, right? But set that appointment for 4 o'clock, okay? So if he says to me at some point or another, hey, you know what, my brother, I'm not really super interested. Oh, no, I completely get what you're saying. So you know what? What is he looking for? What is his max price point? 350, my brother. Okay, 350. And how many bedrooms? 3 minimum plus an office. Okay, so you know what I've got right here? I have 3 homes under 350,000. One of them is actually vacant, go direct. You can go see that at 4 o'clock today. And then you take it out and you hand it to them. Let them hold it. Let them look at it. Let them start leafing through it. And then what do you think that they're going to want to do when they walk out? Take it with them and go talk to their agent. Or go put in the offer by themselves. But when you hand this to them, they say, okay, cool, thanks. Oh, I'm so sorry, that's my only copy. I'm passing that out to other people today. What am I saying? If you go work with somebody else, if you go home today, if you go sleep on this, I'm probably going to sell this house anyway today. I'm selling something to somebody today. I opened 7 escrows in my 2nd month. This is how, okay? I'm selling something to somebody today. And they're going to want it. All right, here we go. So we do that. We repeat through. We go through the value adds if we have to double back in. The value adds are only there to get you back into your script, okay? So at that point, you get the email, you got the phone number. Now we can talk at the 2 things that nobody wants to talk about that we always ask about in the first 30 seconds. Are you working with a lender? Do you have a house that you need to sell, right? But right now, if somebody has a house that they need to sell, how are we asking them? How are we asking them if they have a house that they need to sell?
So, okay, so he had said that he wanted to buy a house.
Yep.
For $350.
Yep.
Matt?
Yes,
So Matt, you said you're interested in purchasing a home for under $350, correct?
correct.
So are you prepared to go forward on that if I were to show you a house today? Or do you have a house that you need to sell?
Yeah, I need to sell a house first.
Okay, awesome. I can help you with that.
I like that you're just taking a shot. I said, how do you do this? And she's like, I'm not going to answer your question. I'm just going to show you how to do it.
Oh, I thought, I'm sorry.
Girl,
Okay.
stop apologizing to me. That was fantastic. Take the shot. Take the shot. If somebody passes you the ball, be willing to take the shot. It is your life. It is your life. Fantastic. I would do it a little bit differently. But I love that you freaking threw that out there. So if somebody said, like, I don't like to say things to people like, will you be prepared to write the offer today? Because what happens is you do see the hands go up. And we're going to talk about how to get people to write the offer, but let's get them in the house that they want to buy first. Then let's talk about the offer, right? Get the compelling reason, okay? Okay, so what we need to do, guys, is, geez, I forgot the question. Oh, yeah. So the house that we need to sell. We don't just look them in the eyes and say, do you have a house that you need to sell? About to get paid. About to get paid. What we do is we say, are you currently renting?
No, I own my house.
We want a confirming answer. We want a yes, right? Okay, so if I ask somebody, are you currently renting? And they are renting, but it's because they lost their house. How many of you guys have gotten that? Now, if you're a big emotional man like me, you're going to sit down crying with your clients for 15 minutes and telling them that they're enough and that they're powerful and that you're going to help them out with everything. And then they're going to cry with you, and then you're going to get in together, but you're going to let 4 other people walk through the door and go out while you're doing it, okay? Don't do that. avoid that conversation entirely by asking them only questions that are going to make them feel empowered. Okay. If I say to somebody, are you currently renting, and they're renting, they don't feel bad about it. They say, yes, we're currently renting. Nothing to explain, right? If they are a 42-year-old person and they're currently renting, there's no reason to feel bad about that. A lot of good people lost their house. Am I right? Okay. So what do I need to do? I need to avoid that question altogether. There's no reason to talk about it unless they bring it up to me. Why put them under the microscope? Are you currently renting? No, I actually own my house. That is the 100% the right way that I get that question answered every time. Also feels affirming. Are you currently renting? Yes. Right on. Moving on. Are you currently renting? No, I actually own my house. Right on. Feels good all around, right? And now we're not coming after you, trying to attack you for your house, right? Okay, Matt, I appreciate you, sir. We're going to keep going. All right. So I say, are you currently renting?
No, I own my house.
Right on, brother. Okay, would you guys need to sell that house in order to buy a new home?
Yeah, we'll have to sell it.
Words are important. Words are important. Do you need to sell that house in order to buy a new home? Word disassociation with their own house, right? It sounds sneaky, but they're not in your house because they don't want to buy a house. They're not just looking. They're not just looking. They're interested in real estate. That's why they're there. And if they're not, they know someone who is. Okay? So, no, I currently own my house. Right on. Do you need to sell your house in order to buy a new home?
Yeah, I'd have to sell it first.
Okay, right on. Well, you know, brother, that's actually something that we specialize in. What we can do is we can help you sell your old house and help you move directly into your new home without the layover in between. That way you can move directly in and you don't have to live with your mother-in-law. Yeah, you don't have to live with your friends and family. My brother, who's been telling you that you got to live with your mom? Live with your mother-in-law. I bet somebody's been telling you that you got to do it. We can actually help you out. All we got to do is we got to use the same title company. Is anybody talking about stacking contingencies?
No.
Oh, let's talk about it later. Boring. But all that you need to know is that we can help you out. It's something that we specialize in. We do it all the time. Right? Right? Rock and roll. They don't have to rent. They don't have to move their stuff in their storage container. They don't have to live with their mother-in-law. Okay? They don't have to. Mother-in-law just wants to see the grandchildren when she wants to see the grandchildren. She doesn't want your 30-year-old butt cheeks moving in with her. Okay? So, cool. That's something we actually specialize in, yada, yada, yada. Now, are you working with a lender? Are you guys currently working with a lender?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm okay with letting my intonation go up there because I'm not hard closing them on a lender. No, not yet. Okay, right on. Whether they say yes or they say no, I'm giving them the same response. Okay, fantastic. Right? I don't care who you work with, brother. You work with whoever you're comfortable with. It doesn't matter to me. But what I want to do is I have a couple of preferred lenders that I like to work with, and they're great. They're fantastic. Would you mind if I had two of them reach out to you on Monday and give you an idea of what you can qualify for, what we can do to help you out? Because all I do, I'm just talking. All I do is I handle properties and contracts. They handle the whole money side of it. Can I have a lender reach out to you guys on Monday?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Fantastic. Setting expectations. Now he has told us, yes, a lender would be nice to talk to. Yes, I own my home. I have a house that I need to sell. Yes, I'm looking for a single story. It's under $350,000. He's giving us all of this. This is all helpful information. Okay, so at that point, we establish expectations. We establish boundaries, right? If you show up and you look like a slob, gentlemen, to your open house, you will get treated like a slob. If you show up to meet your clients, ladies, in yoga pants, they're going to treat you like you showed up to meet them in yoga pants. And I'm not trying to be offensive, and I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm just telling you the truth. And on my team, we do not meet for lunch. We do not meet for dinner. We do not do the friendship stuff. We do not meet clients in shorts. We do not meet clients in jeans. Occasionally, I meet clients in jeans, but jeans are coming back. They're like super flashy now. So, you know what I'm talking about? Wear the jeans, that blazer. Okay, so, but the thing is, we have to stop looking like slobs. If you show up as a friend, your clients will treat you as a friend. Who likes working with friends? You've had good experiences working with friends?
No.
Have you ever listed your house with a friend?
No.
Would you suggest it?
No.
Unless you were the realtor, right?
Right.
Okay, so when people talk about working with friends, I say, hey, you know what? I want you to work with whoever you want to work with. But think about some of those relationships that you had with your friends that you worked with. How do those relationships feel now?
Yeah, strained.
That's strained. I referred out my own family to work with somebody in Big Bear who's a fantastic KW agent. Izzy, I don't know if you know him, he's great. But he took great care of my clients. Took great care of my family. You're not the right person for everyone. That's okay. And a lot of times, if your family's not ready to respect you, refer them out and keep going. Okay? Set expectations. So this is what I do. I tell everybody the same thing. Well, I told everybody the same thing when I was still working with clients. I'm now a non-competing team lead. I tell people, goodness gracious, I tell people when they leave my open house, I say, okay, right on. I get all your information. I find out about the lender. I find out about the house. I repeat all this stuff back to them. I'm in control. 100%. I'm in control. Okay? And I tell Matt, I say, hey, Matt, I appreciate you coming in today, brother. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you some properties tonight if you're going to send them tonight. Because my goal is that before he starts driving around everywhere, I send him the properties. Under promise, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. Do not tell somebody that you're going to do something and then not do it. It's better to tell them Monday morning and then send them to them Sunday night. Okay? So this is what I'm going to do, my brother. I'm going to go and I'm going to send you some properties Monday morning. Okay? If you see anything you like, feel free to mark the heart icon and we'll go take a look. Sound good?
Yep.
Right on, Ansel. I appreciate you. Okay, so triage. You can't save everybody. Not everybody wants to work with you, right? If somebody walks through and they're being a jerk to me, see ya. Opportunity cost. Pop off. Go work with somebody who's going to be a jerk back to you, right? Opportunity cost. Tribe up for the people that are ready to tribe up for you. Okay, so what we do is we do that. Now, this is the last step, and then I'm going to bring Zach up. A client does not become a client just because you got their phone number and their email. Am I right?
No.
Okay, a client becomes a client when you book that appointment. Now, you and I, we just played off each other for a long time. Everybody clap for Matt. Okay, so this is the last part. Get the appointment scheduled immediately. Immediately. Okay? You should have an appointment for 4 o'clock by the end of your open house where you did something wrong. You should have an appointment for the next morning at 8:30 or you did something wrong. If you're just starting to grind, who here is brand new? Like this year's your first year? Yes. Fantastic. Good. Who's told you can't make money in your first year? Anybody? You guys found the right office. Because I found a bunch of people that told me, you will not make money in your first year. I made $126,000 in my first year. $126,000. I took 3 of those months off because my daughter was born. Okay. You will make money in your first year. You will make money in your first year. You just have to show up. You have to work hard. Period. Okay? Schedule the appointment for that day. This is how you do it. Okay, great. Cool. Awesome. Expectation. You know what? I'm shutting down this open house today at 3 o'clock. I need to pick up my signs and whatnot, but I can meet you at this house at 4 o'clock, and then we could go take a look at 2 or 3 others that are similar. And that way you guys don't have to drive around looking at open houses, drive down 2-3 miles out of your way, and then find out before you even pull up that it isn't the right house for you guys. Does that sound like something you guys might be interested in? Does that sound like something you might be interested in? Does that sound fair? Does that make sense? Getting yeses constantly. If you nod your head and people are nodding in agreement, you're putting them in an agreeable mindset. They're going to want to work with you, okay? So when you talk to people, a lot of people naturally do this. They nod while they're talking. It makes people agreeable. If you're talking about something that you don't like, you shake your head like this. Like you say, Zillow, and you shake your head like this, okay? But when you're talking about, I can help you, it's this. Does that make sense? Does that sound fair? Because these are things that we are programmed to get a yes for. Does that make sense? Our teachers, does that make sense? ENTPs, who's taking a Myers-Briggs test? Take your Myers-Briggs test. That's the bee's knees. That's the business. The forefront of the future is the human brain. 16personalities.com, I think, is the big one. But I'm an ENTP. We have the lowest GPA of any personality type, all 16. The lowest GPA. We have the second highest IQ. I don't sweat the things that I don't do naturally. I don't beat myself up about it. I do the things that I do extraordinarily well. And then I hire fantastic people to accommodate my deficiencies. So when you get these people into your open house, stop thinking about, I'm not the right person. Stop thinking about, I can't help them. I only have this much experience. Stop thinking this is just my first year and start thinking, I can help them today, right now. When I opened 7 escrows in my second month, I didn't even know how to write a contract. I didn't start a KW, I'll tell you that much. I've owned a flat fee company, I owned an escrow company, I jumped around, but I went in and I was asking good people to help me out, and I got help by good people. Schedule the appointment for 4 o'clock. So what you do, hand them the thing, you say, why don't I do this? You guys how long have you guys been out running the open house circuit? Look at him, appeal to him. He is exhausted. He wants to go home. He does not want to go out looking at open houses. I'll tell you that. Case in point, how many people have ever held an open house on Father's Day? Anyone? I have. No one shows up on Father's Day. You know when people show up? I'll wait for you guys. When do people show up? On whose day? Did you say Mother's Day or was that you? There it is. We got a whole bunch of people. It's all the gentlemen. All the gentlemen are like, Mother's Day. That's when my wife makes me look at houses. Mother's Day. So understand that the men don't want to be there. So if you can appeal to his, hey, you know what? My brother, I know how you're feeling right now. I know you've been out looking at houses all day. Let me help you guys out. I'm going to help out your wife. She's fantastic. We're already on the same page. We're going to look for houses that you guys actually want to see so that you're not driving around like a chicken with your head cut off, talking to a bunch of greasy real estate agents. Am I right? Right? Have fun with this stuff. Send them home. Hey, you know what? You're in Apple Valley. You're in Temecula for the day. Has anybody talked to you guys about wine country?
We got married in wine country.
Did you really?
We did.
Well, what winery, sir?
Villa de Amore.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm selling this guy a house right now in Temecula. You're gonna work with me, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so guys, schedule the appointment for 3 o'clock, talk to them about 4 o'clock, get them to do something other than look at open houses. Guys, go see a movie. When's the last time you guys went on a date? I'm telling you, appeal to her, appeal to him, let them go grab lunch. Do not go drive through and get a cheeseburger and keep looking at open houses, okay, guys? If I help you out and if I can show you 3 houses that you want to see today, will you take her out to lunch right now? Does that sound fair? Does that make sense? That's what the teachers are always asking us. Does that make sense? Even if it doesn't make sense, we have to say yes or we look stupid, right? Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense, teacher. I don't want to be the only person to say it doesn't make sense, okay? Use those programmed responses to your benefit. Does that make sense? Does that sound fair? Get them in a yes, nod, rock and roll. Second breakdown of a deal, phones and text messages. I don't like it. I do not like the text. I do not like to talk on the phone unless I'm talking about something I'm passionate about. People always say, can we get together for coffee? 15 minutes, 15 minminutes, 15 minutes. Can we get together for lunch? 15 minutes. No, we can't. Unless you're getting together with me talking about how we're going to help other people, I don't have time right now. Right? Cool. Second breakdown of the deal, phones. This man right here made over $100,000 in his first year in real estate, diamond, doing the ordinary things extraordinarily, right? Who here thinks that they can make $1 million in the next 12 months? Yes, yes, yes. I normally don't get a yes yet. This is awesome. Why all gentlemen? 4 men. Ladies. So 4 gents. Who put your hands up? Who thinks that they can make $1 million in the next 12 months? Can we write these names down, Theresa? Yeah. We're going to start an accountability group because I think that we can do this. And I'm not kidding. Okay, so the 33-day challenge, my 33rd birthday was a couple of days ago. You guys could say happy birthday yet later. Who thinks they can make $1 million in 12 months? Sure. Yes, sure. There she is. Yes. Yes, stand up. Be proud of that. Stand up. Let's write these names down. Because we're going to start this accountability group in this office. We're going to talk to each other regularly. We're going to mastermind on it. And I'm going to break it down for you guys right now, financially, on how this will work for you guys to make $1 million in the next 12 months. You believe me? Yeah. Good. Better not say no. Get real angry. Hey, if you guys think that you can make $1 million, or if you guys know you can make $1 million, go ahead and hold your hand up. Teresa's going to come around and write you guys' name down. Yes! This has been the best response so far that I've gotten at any office. And I understand that some of you guys are fearful about it right now, or you're just like, I just don't need $1 million. I'll tell you what. If you shoot for $1 million and you make $550,000, are you going to be mad? If you shoot for 100,000 and you make 45,000, you gonna be mad? Make better goals. This is how it breaks down right now. This is a 7-figure commitment. 100% of my original 6 members made over $100,000. Big deal. Who cares, right? My TC made over $100,000. Big deal. Who cares? Let's talk 7 figures. Right now I'm talking to a guy named Darren Campbell. He's a 7-figure syndicator. Anybody know who Darren Campbell is? Grew up in South Central Los Angeles. Now he lives 37 steps from Venice Beach. I sat down with this man. They call him a 7-figure syndicator. Okay, 5'10", black dude. Grew up in South Central Los Angeles. Got a scholarship to go to UCLA. Picked up phones to fundraise for UCLA. And do you know what he started finding out from everybody that he was talking to in the fundraising department? They're in real estate. They're in real estate. They're in real estate. Forbes wrote an article 2 years ago saying there will be more money redistributed in the next 7 years than at any time in American history. We're 2 years in. How's the outlook, guys? Does it look good?
Yeah.
Builders are building right now. A lot of people who have a lot more money than you and me are out building right now. The $4 billion man is going to help us make 7-figure syndicators. I am passing on all this information to you guys. This is how we're going to do it. You guys ready? He's an investor. He's got his own thing. But I've got my thing. And it is committing to do the ordinary extraordinarily. People don't hit 7-figure goals because they don't understand how to work back from them. We all want to put bullcrap up on a vision board. We all want to stack 40 magazines and cut them out like we're in 3rd grade and paste things up and then like look at it every morning. And hey, you know what? That's fine. But that Ferrari, that Lambo, that $10 million mansion in the hills, you don't get it overnight. You have to work for it. You have to work for it. Nobody wants a handout. We want to be shown the way out, right? This is how it works. On a crappy split, on your worst split, while you're still killing the cap, right? While you're doing your 4 transactions so that you can make it rain for the rest of your year at Keller Williams. You make what, $5,000 off a transaction, right? 5,000 about if you're on a team? Approximately?
Yeah.
Thank you.
5, 6, 9.
I just appreciate it. Like when I'm up here, I'm like, I want it to be like a church. Can I get an amen? Yes, all right, here we go. It's like, yes, yes. Okay, so this is the thing. Your 7-figure goal starts here. Understanding your commission paycheck. Who here has been paid recently? Good, we're going to change that. We're going to make it so you guys are all getting paid more regularly. How much did you get paid? Do you mind me asking?
When they took everything out,
yes.
it was only about 1,400.
1,400. Okay, rough first one, right?
Right.
Rough first one. Kill it before. Everybody looks at you and they tell you, oh, come to a flat fee company. Come to a flat fee company. Do you know why they're telling you to come to a flat fee company? They don't understand value. $495 a transaction. So if you do 15 transactions, and you know who helped write the flat fee model? I used to own a flat fee company. This is what we were doing. We were trying to copy KW. We were trying to beat KW at their own game, not understanding exactly how the cap model works. If you're on a team, you cap in 4. If you're not on a team, it's a little bit more than that. But either way, 15 is the break-even point. If you do 2 a month, you will make drastically more money at KW than you will at a flat fee company, period. Drastically more. But you have to commit to being extraordinary. You can't keep doing 1 a month and calling yourself a full-time real estate agent. You can't do 1 every 4 months and call yourself a full-time real estate agent. These are the tools. You guys ready to rock and roll? This is how we're going to break it down financially. $5,000, your average commission. $5,000. If you held 12 hours of open houses a week, 3 4-hour open houses, how many people do you talk to in a 4-hour open house? 5. I love that number. That's a good number. 5. How many people do you typically walk away with their information if 5 people walk through? 2. With these scripts, do you think that you might be able to increase that? Okay, so let's say 4, right? Let's say 4. Of those 4, let's say you convert 1.3 of them, right? 1.3. Guys, all you need is 1 good lead from each open house. 1. All these people made fun of me. They said, Sherpa, you're holding 3 8-hour open houses. Don't you think that sounds a little extreme? You gonna bring a sleeping bag? I said, it seems a little extreme to me to work for 12 months in a business and not get paid. That seems extreme to me, right? So let's look at it like this. You convert 1.3 people. So let's say you have a good day and you get 2, and then your other 2 days you get 1, right? You get 4. 4. Is there anybody that thinks that they cannot convert 4 people in 12 hours? That's 1 every 3 hours. Anybody? 1 per. Fantastic. So far, we're all going to make $1 million in the next 12 months. You guys proud of yourselves?
Yeah.
I'm going to win this argument. It's all of you guys. And right now, I've got 6 of you ready to rock and roll, I think. 6?
I have 5.
5. We'll get at least 1 more. All right, here we go. So, 4. $5,000 a piece. How much is that weekly now? 20,000. You guys are so good at math already. I'm loving this. 20,000 times 52. Now, you might want to check my math, but I think it's about 1,040,000. 1,040,000 by prospecting for 12 hours a week. 12 hours a week, guys. If you will work 40 hours a week for somebody else, why would we not work 12 for ourselves? Right? But everybody wants to give it a good shot in real estate before they, I don't know, marry wealth. I don't know, if you want to marry wealth, go do something else. They want to give it a good shot before they get a real job. Everybody says real job, right? Pretty. If you are a full-time agent, you will get paid like a full-time agent. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It is impossible to strike out in this business. It is impossible. It is impossible. It is impossible. Okay, $1 million in 12 months just by prospecting for 12 hours a week. That's it. You don't add in what this guy is doing. He is prospecting right now 11 hours a week on the phone. 11 hours a week. We are prospecting with people all over the country. If you guys want to dial in with us, we just kicked off the 33-day challenge for my birthday. He will dial with you live 3 times a week, Monday morning at 8, Wednesday afternoon at 4, Friday morning at 8. You do not have to join our team. We want people to make money. We're sick of excuses. We want to empower good agents. That being said, if you do not want a team, if you do not want to expand, but you want a good chance that somebody's going to hold these people accountable and help them cap so that you get paid, refer everybody to the Serpent team. We will help everybody learn how to fish. We will help everybody. It doesn't matter where they live. Okay, we're a virtual team. This is the future, okay? $1 million prospecting 12 hours a week. Who can prospect for 12 hours a week? 12 hours. What was the exact number? 1,040,000? 1,040,000. If you fail, you still get paid a lot of money. So I want you to either commit to 12 hours of open houses or 11 hours of prospecting on the phone. And you'll make $1 million. $1 million. $1 million. And you know what? You can be really mad at me too if you want to call me back and say, "Sir, I only made $870,000. That's fine. Who will commit to 11 or 12 hours of prospecting either on the phone or open houses? Okay, now look at this. Keep those hands up. This is the people that are committing to 7 figures, 11 hours of prospecting on the phones or 12 hours of open houses. This is what we do here. This is Keller Williams. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. No BS. No BS. Thank you for leading the charge there. Thank you for leading the charge there. Thank you guys for putting your hand up first, okay? Can we do something different in Redlands?
Yes.
Can we do something freaking sexy in Redlands?
Yes.
We had coffee down in Old Town down here. I fell in love with Redlands. I was like, how did I not know about this? I'm from Placerville. I'm from a small town. I love this place. I'm happy to come here once a month. I'm happy to come here freaking once. Whenever you guys need me here, but I am available online. Will you guys commit to this with me?
Yeah.
Will you guys commit to this with me?
Yeah.
Okay, phones. Let's talk about it, brother. Thank you guys. Thank you.
I hate it when David goes first because I feel like I have to be more animated than I generally am. But it's okay. So I walked away with a huge nugget from Family Reunion, and it was, and I think I'm going to screw the code up, but it's people want to talk to interested people, not interesting people. Anybody decipher that for me? People want to talk to interested people, not interesting people. How many people are guilty of getting on the phones and you want to talk about how great you are? How great of a real estate agent I am. This is what my team does. We are we are the #1 office. Keller Williams is #1 in the United States. We're the Triple Crown. Did you know that? Did you know Keller Williams is the Triple Crown? Did you know that we did this, this, and this? Who's guilty? I am. All of us are. Raise your hand. You are. And so the thing is though, your clients don't care about any of that. What people want is they want somebody that's going to listen to them. They want somebody that's gonna jive. It's gonna be like, how's it going? Tell me about your life. And then shut up. I sold cars for 6 years. It always cracks me up a little bit. Realtors want to go, well, at least we're not used car salesmen. Nope, but the public hates us all the same because we are just salespeople. Realtors all the time. And I got corrected the other day. I always just said realtor. And I had this very snooty agent go, excuse me, it's realtor. And if anybody's going to take you seriously in this industry, you need to pronounce it correctly. And then, because he was an agent, I went, how much volume did your team do last year? No, I didn't say that. I said, okay, thank you. Awesome. Send me referrals, and I'll say realtor. But anyway, so the thing is on the phones is if you call people, how many people, this is your voicemail script. Hey, this is Zach, calling to check in. Hope all's well. Give me a call back. How many people have called to check in? Liars. I've done it. I'm still guilty of it. Know how to delete a voicemail. When you're leaving somebody a voicemail, who practices a voicemail script? Does anybody practice a voicemail script with somebody else? No. But what do we do more often than anything? We leave voicemails. And most of the time we get them with, hey, I just wanted to check in, see how the housing search is going, blah, blah, blah. What are you providing with that voicemail? Nothing, right? What do you need to be providing? We can just leave. We don't even need to be in Redlands. You have to provide value. Because if you don't provide value, what are you taking? You're taking their time. You can replace people's money. You can replace somebody's car if you crash into their car. You cannot replace their time. And if you are the agent that's constantly calling them, taking their time, they're going to get annoyed by that. Maybe they'll call you back in a year, but you know what they're going to do in the meantime? They're going to talk to somebody who built rapport with them. Yes. Everybody is just looking. Everybody is just looking. I'm just looking until they meet a salesperson. Salesperson has a negative connotation though, doesn't it, in the society? Did you realize that everybody is a salesperson? You're either selling yourself, you're selling a product, or you're selling an idea. Plain and simple. Scientists are selling ideas to investors. Your kids are selling the idea to you of why you should buy this ice cream, or why they need to go to this playground, or why they need to do this. Your spouse is selling you the idea on why they need to upgrade this part of the house, or why they need a new car, or why you need to go on this place to vacation. Everybody's a salesperson, and the world economy depends on it. Without salespeople, we're done. So don't feel greasy. So David talked about scripting in the beginning. Scripting has a negative connotation as well. If I tell you, we're going to practice scripts today, everybody's going to go, I don't want to practice scripts. Everything you do in life is scripted. Everything you do in life is scripted. When you're picking somebody up at the bar, if you're single, everybody's got like 2 or 3 lines that you're going to use to pick somebody up. Those are your scripts. When you're talking to your kids and you're like, nope, that's a terrible idea and this is why, that's a script. Everything is scripted, but the difference is we're not willing to take the time to read our real estate scripts and practice them. The thing that makes us our livelihood, the thing that gets us paid, we don't want to practice our scripts. Why is that? Fear? Uncomfortable. What else?
You don't want to sound salesman.
You don't want to sound like a salesperson. You know why else? Because all of us have undiagnosed ADHD because we're salespeople, and scripts are boring. It's not fun to practice a voicemail script over and over and over and over again, right? It's boring. It's not fun. It's here. When I worked at Sprint, I worked in a Sprint call center for a while. I saw people crying the first day they went to hit the sign-in button on the phones. Crying. They were so scared of being on the phones. What is the fear that you're, what is the fear? What is it? It's fear of what?
Rejection.
Right? Huge fear. That's a huge fear for a lot of people. You know, and it's getting over that fear. And really, it's a mindset. It's a mindset thing, going into it and looking at it going, I don't care about the rejection. Who calls expireds every day? Literally the worst thing on the planet. I hate calling expireds. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I do it every day. Yep. Why do I do it? Low-hanging fruit. It is low-hanging fruit. Another realtor didn't do their job, plain and simple. They didn't sell the house. It's an opportunity for somebody that wants to sell a house. Now, what are you up against in calling expireds?
Bad agent.
Bad agent. What else?
Angry people.
What else? Why are they angry?
15 other agents.
Boom! It's not because their house didn't sell. They might be a little pissed about that. What they're pissed about is those agents that are calling at 7 a.m. Now, let me warn you now. If I call somebody and they told me so-and-so called me at 7 a.m., I'm reporting you. We are not allowed to call before 8 a.m. in the state of California. If I find out agents are calling before 8, I will report them.
Hashtag providing value.
Hashtag providing value. Okay? We have to be a better industry as a whole. And if your only value that you're providing is I'm going to be the first one to call them, that's not providing value. That's being a sleazeball. Okay, so we're going to move on to what we're talking about here. So you go out, you show people some houses after your open house, but they don't bite, right? So now you got to get them on the phones. You got to set an appointment. So what was the first thing that you did after your open house? You sent them a list of houses, right? What else did you do at the same time? Put them into your CRM. Put them into your CRM. Now, I don't care what your CRM is. If it's a book that you use, I know an extremely successful real estate agent that doesn't use a CRM other than a notepad. He has it tabbed out, and he just goes through it. That's his entire CRM, right? Nobody can steal his data. If anybody was at family reunion or watched Gary's thing, you know what I'm talking about. Nobody can steal his data. So, hugely important. Put them into your CRM. The second they walk out of your open house, write everything down that you can possibly remember about the conversation. Everything. The stuff that, you went through the script, you went through what's called Babcadabra, which is what David was talking about with the scripting. You went through Babcadabra, and then you talked about some other stuff. You built more rapport. Write that rapport down. Okay, so when you call them, you don't ask them a question that you should already know the answer to. Hey, I found a couple houses that you're looking for. Can you go tomorrow morning at 9:15 to go take a look at this house? I told you yesterday that I am, I'm a pastor at the church. I will be teaching tomorrow, or I will be ministering tomorrow morning. Oops. Sorry, I probably should have remembered that one, right? How many people have done that before? All right? You've forgotten something, and then you have to sidestep, and you have to figure out a way to get around it so you don't look like a jerk. Okay, so write everything down. So we get them on the phones. What are you doing when you get them on the phones? What's your goal? Set an appointment. Set an appointment. Is it to check in? Eliminate that. Eliminate from your vocabulary. You're never, ever, ever calling to check in. Ever. Ever. Anybody know what the Ford model is?
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about that. So you're not calling to check in. You're calling to set an appointment. Now, what do you need to be able to do to set an appointment? Provide. It's going to be a reoccurring theme over and over and over and over again. Providing value. So you're calling to set an appointment with them. You need to have something to give them, right? So you've already done your research. You've already found a couple more houses. Hey, this is Zach. I went ahead and I sent you that search last night. Based on what you told me, I found 2 houses that fit exactly what you're looking for. Based on what you told me. Now, I have this morning at 9:15, or I can do this evening at 6:45. Which of those times works better for you? What are they usually going to choose? Second one. So make sure that that's the one that you want more. Now, sometimes they'll say, I'm not available at all today. What's that? They're not available at all. You just got an opportunity to do what? Find out why. Find out why they're not available, which means you're putting it into your CRM. Like, it sounds very stalkerish. I know that. To be like, you're documenting their entire life. It's all rapport building. They're either going to meet an agent who's going to build rapport with them, or they're going to, or you're going to do it. One of the two. So I can do it today at 9:15, or I can do it at 6:45 tonight. Now, I did 15-minute increments. Why? Who else tells you to show up 15 minutes early? Military, right? Your doctor, your attorney. These places that you go where they are professionals that people respect, maybe not attorneys, but professionals that they respect, they tell you to show up 15 minutes early, right? They work on the 15 because it makes you look like a busy person. Now, if I say to them, hey, I could probably do 4 o'clock or so today. Do I sound busy at all? Nope. Nope. So they're not going to respect my time. If I start saying, hey, I have this time and this time available, and I'm working in a 15, they're going to be more likely to respond to that and get me an appointment. So we're providing value. No, Zach, I can't do today. Unfortunately, the kids got soccer all day today, and then we have an event, a barbecue to go to tonight. You guys are going to a barbecue. Can I come? I'll say stuff like that on the phone because it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. David was talking about open houses. When they first walk in the door, What I say to everybody is, hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Zach. Here's some flyers about the house. I'm not a puppy dog. I'm not going to follow you around the house. I'm assuming you know what a bedroom and a bathroom look like? Okay, perfect. So I'm not going to, this is a bedroom. Go ahead and look around the house. I'm not a puppy dog. I know there's nothing more annoying than a salesperson following you around the house. They love that because people are going, oh, thank God. The realtor's not going to tell me what the bathroom's at. It's tile in the bathrooms again. So, same thing on the phone. Crack jokes. Make them laugh. Make them laugh. I have a new script that I want to try. I haven't done it yet. But I want to call an expired, and I want to say, hey, this is Zach with Keller Williams. Have you heard of the ShamWow? And they're going to go, what? I go, the ShamWow, the thing on TV, the whitey thing. Have you heard of it? And they're going to go, well, yeah, but did you say you're with Keller Williams? Well, yeah, but every other realtor on the planet is calling you right now because your house expired. I figured you're probably sick of talking about your house. Maybe you want to talk about a ShamWow. I haven't tried it yet. I'm still thinking about it. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. And so the thing with your scripts, right? Try it. Let me know how it works. The thing is, you got to be a little bit different, right? You got to provide value. You got to make these people laugh almost immediately. We're not talking about expires. That's a whole different class. So we go to set the appointment, right? Setting it on the 15th on the 45. Now, I don't have it. It's in the car because my bag was too full. I have a paper planner. Fill your planner with your days. You need to look like the. I don't understand realtors. Whether you sell one house or 200 houses, every real estate agent is the busiest person on the planet. You've never met that? Like every realtor is the busiest person you've ever met, and it doesn't make sense to me. What are you doing with your time? You sold 4 houses last year. You can't be that busy. Escrows don't. They're not 3 months long. I've not even had 3 months long. So how is it so busy? So take your calendar and have it out where people can see it, and put gym, breakfast. I don't care what you write. People aren't reading what it's writing. They're just seeing a super full calendar, right? So if they see that at your open house and they know that you're on the phone and they hear you ruffling the pages of your planner, right? You know what they're thinking? Busy person. Better respect their time. They're a professional. And so that's an opportunity for them to actually show up. Anybody ever been flaked on? Had somebody not show up? I have. You know why I deleted my CRM? Like my appointment. No, I didn't delete them. But, the thing is, if people respect your time, they'll respect you, okay? So, who's uncomfortable on the phones? Get comfortable. Really is what it comes down to. The phones are not fun. It is boring. It is monotonous. It is terrible, right? But you have to learn to love them because you're going to work one of 2 ways. You're going to prospect or you're going to work off referral only. If you're a referral only agent and you close a ton of deals, my hat is off to you. I love you. You're fantastic. If you were to get on the phones, you can close even more. So David was talking about the $1 million, everyone making $1 million. That's a lot of houses, right? That's a lot of houses to sell. What if I told you that there's a buyer's agent that I met that sold on her own? She does have 2 showing assistants now. Sold like 230, 240 houses.
It's a good problem to have really quick, guys. And I'm sorry, I just want to chime in just a little bit. Like if you're selling 240 homes, like people go, oh, I don't want to work that much. I'll get too much business. I'll get overwhelmed. Systems, delegation, small unit leadership. Get these good problems. Be too busy. If you're too busy and you can afford to hire a showing assistant, if you make $1 million, do you know how much each one of your showing assistants would make if you paid them $2,000? I did the math in the Machine Owner's Guide to Real Estate. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But I can tell you it's over $200,000. It's over $200,000
as a showing assistant.
As a showing assistant, do you think that they'd be upset about that? It's all about systems.
You would only make $600,000. Shucks, gosh, I made more than a doctor. Darn it! As a realtor, realtor.
Good job. There you go. Clean it up.
I need a pen. I need my realtor pen. So the phones. The biggest thing on the phones is don't talk your clients to death. Let them talk to you. You are constantly extracting information. That's what you're doing. You're extracting and you're providing value. That's it. That's literally it on the phones. It's that simple. Now, when it comes to scripts, find some scripts that work, okay? The thing with your scripts is when you're leaving voicemails, hey, this is Zach with the Serpent team at Keller Williams. I found a couple of perfect houses for you. One is in Menifee and one is in Murrieta. They just came on the market. Both of them are pool homes. They're probably going to sell quick. If you're still interested, give me a call back, okay? Those houses might or might not be on the One or two did come on the market, but the goal is to get an appointment, get them on the phone, right? You don't know what the perfect house is for somebody. You think you know, but we don't, you know? And the thing is, it's all about getting on the phone. So as you're leaving these voicemails and using the scripts, write down in your CRM which script you're using, right? Use 2 houses script. Use this script. Because what you have to do is track your analytics. Who uses Commissions Inc? We do. Okay, Commissions Inc is great. We're not going to use it anymore because it's owned by Fidelity, which owns real estate companies. Thanks, Gary Keller. So we're not going to use that anymore. But it does have great analytics. I can look at emails and see what my open rate is on my emails, which is awesome, right? I can see which emails work and which ones don't work. You have to do that with your scripts. What works and what doesn't work. If ShamWow works, you know what I'm using? I'm using some ShamWow if it starts working all the time, okay? Constantly be using scripts. Now, you have to create your own scripts. Now, you can use other people's scripts that are very successful. I am leery of using any script that is built into a program, though, because I want to know who made it. If it wasn't a successful realtor, I don't use a script. If it was some person, code writer, writing the scripts up for expired listings, and it wasn't somebody that's having success with expireds, I don't use that script. Now, go on Google, go on YouTube, and look these scripts up. Because you have questions on scripting. Scripts feel uncomfortable, don't they? Don't feel natural. You know why they don't feel natural? Because you don't practice. Because you haven't made them natural. Plain and simple. Like I said, everybody's got 2 or 3 ways that they try to pick somebody up at a bar. Figure out your 2 or 3 scripts that work for you in real estate and start doing it. Our open house script, you don't need 2 or 3 other ones. Just use that one. I promise it will work. I promise it'll work. I actually hadn't held an open house since the beginning of December. I held one last weekend, walked away with 5 clients. And that's at the $600,000 to $800,000 price point. Right? So, what do you know, man?
So when you're calling expires, are you leaving a message?
I do. I get calls back off those sometimes. I try to make the message very different. I use a dialer. I use Arch Agent Power Dialer with My Plus Leads. Some people use Mojo. You can use Vortex. You can use Vulcan 7, which I think has the coolest name, even if it's a little Star Trek-y. But I do leave voicemails on those. I want them to hear my name.
So what are you saying?
What's your
On expireds, I keep that one fairly. This is Zach with Keller Williams. I noticed that your house didn't sell. I'm going to send you an email that shows the way that we do marketing, the way that we sell houses. And I just leave it at that. With expireds, and most agents stop calling expireds after about 2 weeks. They give up on it. So
to follow up on that, what do you do when somebody calls you back and you have no idea who they are? And they're like, yeah, you left your voicemail.
Absolutely. That happens all the time, actually.
Yeah.
That happens more when I'm circle prospecting than when I'm calling expireds. I'll get a call back. Hey, you left me a voicemail. Hey, what's going on? And I'm just honest with them. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I was on the phones for 5 hours this morning. One of 2 things. Either I was calling your neighborhood because we just sold a house, and I know most homeowners like to be educated on the value of their house. At that point, you back them into a corner because they can't say, well, I'm not interested in that, because then they feel stupid. So they're going to say, oh, I am interested in the value of my house. Or did your house recently come off the market? And they're going to be honest with you. They're going to hang up, one of the 2. The thing is if you have a decent CRM, I carry 2 cell phones for a reason. One of them is because if I'm on the phone with somebody, I can pull my CRM up and I can type their phone number in real quick and pull it up immediately and find out what it is and just try to engage them in enough conversation until that point. If you're on your laptop, punch that phone number in immediately and figure out who it is and why you called them. And that's where it's very important to have those systems in place. I love my buddy that uses the notepad, but he wouldn't be able to do that. So I'd be able to flip through 150 pages real fast. So that's what I do. It's all about just building rapport, try to make a joke out of it, make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh as fast as you can, because if you can make them laugh, they're going to love you. I've had people where I called them on expires and I kept them on the phone for an hour, all the while, other realtors. She sent me a screenshot of her call log, and it was like 25 calls within 30 minutes. I've talked to people at 8:05 a.m. that already had received 9 phone calls, right? Just insane. So with expireds, that's where it's at. So biggest thing, brother, make them laugh. Make them laugh. Be honest with them and upfront with them, and they'll appreciate you for it. What else we got? This part's a little shorter than everything else because your biggest goal is set appointments. So takeaways. Remember everything about your clients. Don't write anything down. Write it all down. Write everything down about your clients. Go for your appointments on the 15. Give them 2 options. Expect them to choose the second option. Okay? Provide value, provide value, provide value. I cannot stress that enough. You have to provide value because if you don't, you're wasting their time and they'll resent you for it. Okay? Don't take people out to look at houses that they're not, if they tell you they want a single story, do not take them out to show them 2 stories. For the love of God, don't. Because then they're really going to hate you. You make them pack up the kids and the family and miss dinner, and then they got to stop at fast food at McDonald's to get dinner, and then they show up and it's a 2-story. God help you. You know, that's when they're walking into an open house that weekend and finding a new realtor. What you got?
Daily goals on dialing.
Daily goals. All right, so I have a very specific schedule. Okay, from 8 to noon is when we are on the phones. From 8 to 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, I'm dialing expireds, calling expireds. By 9 o'clock, I'm starting to get a little burnt out on expireds, you know, because so many people are going, oh my God, every realtor on the planet is calling me. And so from 9 to about 11 is when I'm going to follow up with all of my leads in my CRM, my old open house leads, my internet leads, stuff like that. From 11 to 12, I'm going to circle prospect. Does anybody know what circle prospecting is? Yes. What do you circle prospect? Just sold? Like listings that you sold? Anybody circle prospect or buyers? Why not? Did you not sell the house? It wasn't your listing, but did you sell the house? Hell yeah, you did. And I'll tell you what, the public does not know the difference between a listing agent, a selling agent, a buyer's agent, this agent, that, all these super convoluted. They just know you as a realtor and that you sold the house, right? Circle prospect your buyers. Watch what happens. So anybody circle prospect community events? Providing value. We have the Rod Run coming up in Temecula, right? Has anybody tried to drive down the freeways when the Rod Run's going on? It is horrible. Freeways are backed up. Roads are destroyed. So I put our ISA team, because we have 5 ISAs, and I said, hey, guys, let's start circle prospecting for the Rod Run. So they start calling, and they're saying, hey, this is so-and-so with Keller Williams. Want to keep you involved and let you know about a community event this weekend. Have you heard of the Rod Run? Yeah, I have. Okay, or yes, no, I have not. Okay, so this weekend is the Rod Run. If you're a car person, head downtown to Temecula. Get there a couple hours early, though, because it's going to be crazy. If you're not a car person, do not go anywhere near downtown Temecula because it is going to be a zoo this weekend. What did we just provide? Right? We told them something about their community, and we told them a way to save time. And then what is my ISA going to ask after that? By the way, do you know anybody looking to buy some real estate? Or when is the last time you thought about selling your house? Another team in our office, they dial with us all the time. Justin was circle prospecting a place called Career Ranch. Got 2 listing appointments on Wednesday night off of it. Circle prospecting is fantastic. I can't stress it enough. If you're not doing it, you are missing out on tens of thousands of dollars. What else we got? What other questions?
Do you sit down or do you stand up?
So I try to. I have a messed up back. I have scoliosis, so I try to stand when I can. If I play basketball and I hurt my back, then I'm sitting down. I also don't have a monitor thing, so I end up putting my laptop precariously perched on stuff. So I prefer to stand up. And we have an office in our Keller Williams office. All that's in it is open house signs and 2 desks flipped on their side because I don't work out of the office in there. I work out of our bullpen. We have a bullpen with a bunch of cubicles in there. And I told Mahasa when we showed up, I was like, I'm turning this into a call center. Because everybody's standing up now. People are standing up, people are on the phones. It creates excitement. It creates excitement. And as other people are closing deals, you're like, they got an appointment. I might get one too. I'm going to get one too. The best time to set an appointment is right after you just set an appointment. Because you're jazzed, your scripts are on point, you're rocking and rolling. Anybody that's a car salesman got that one. Because every time in car sales, the best time to sell those cars is right after you just sold the car. Because you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to do it. So yeah, I'm all about standing up, getting that motion going, getting that movement going. Yeah. What else? Does anybody really like to work from home?
Yes.
He does. I hate it. I can't do it. I start looking around my house. I'm like, I gotta clean. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. But David is at a different stage in his career than me. Right? David's doing other stuff than me. For me, unless you're a total self-starter who can just go, I'm on it, I would recommend trying at least once a week. Come to the office. Come to the office. Turn this room right here into your call center because I don't think you guys got a bunch of cubicles. I don't see it. Yeah. Do you? Okay. Oh, so these ones. So this is perfect then. You have stand-up desks. You have a bunch of them. Wait, 5 of them, 6 of them in here, and then you have all these desks.
One question. So you're saying that you guys are doing the call center. So when I'm in my office, my team member and I are both calling. To me, it's distracting. And sometimes the client that I'm talking to can hear another person. So do it at the same time.
Get a better
That's not
headset.
huh?
Get a better headset.
Yes.
So if you get a decent headset that has noise canceling, especially on the microphone side, you look goofy. Everybody's walking around with these big old headphones on with a big old microphone on. But if you're using a cheap headset, they're going to hear it. But if you get something that has noise canceling and that has a decent mic on it, that mic should be picking up a lot less of the background noise.
It's a noise canceling.
Yeah, noise canceling for you, and then it should something a little more expensive one will help with that.
Do you have one you recommend?
I don't. I use a Bluetooth one. I use just a Bluetooth one that just goes around my neck. I haven't had that problem where we're at now. If I were to bring all my ISAs into our office and do it, because our office is like maybe the size of this area here. Yeah, we'd run into that. I think this room, I mean, it's just all about your space. It's all about your space. The thing is even if you put 3 people in here, 2 people out there, 1 person over here, open these doors up, it's going to start creating that excitement.
No, I agree with the excitement. I just
Yeah.
don't have that problem with they can hear the other person.
How's your office set up? Okay. With these, with something like this, imagine like a voting room. If you were to bring these out here a little bit and people are inside, you're still going to get that excitement, but should look at the way your office is set up. Just, we can take a look. We can take a look and look at the way it's set up. If you're running into issues like that, there's a fix for it. You just got to figure it out. What else? What else we got?
What would you suggest when you were talking about provide value in your voicemail, when you call your people, the buyers? What about the leads that people say, oh, I'm not ready right now. I'll be ready in March or I'll be ready in April. You're still kind of touching bases with them when you call them.
How many people have called somebody who says that they're not going to be ready for 6 months and they already bought or sold?
Yeah.
Right? So I never go off their timeline. I go off mine. I'm going to tell them in the beginning, I'm going to call you in a month. We're not going to be ready for 6 months. Cool, I'll call you in about 30 days. Give you a call in 30 days, and I'll let you know what the market's doing. Find out what their hot buttons are on the phone. Hey, I know you're not ready to buy for 6 months. When you're ready to buy, what's going to be the most important thing for you? Okay, it's going to be school. It's going to be this. Hey, just want to give you a call and let you know that there's a couple of new schools that are possibly being built in your area. I know schools are important to you. And I just want to give you a heads up because this might be happening soon, and I heard about it, and I know that's the most important thing for you. Or call them with something completely not real estate related. Hey, I know that you said that what's your favorite thing in life to do? What's another? Work out, right? All right, so you like to work out. What do you like to do? CrossFit? No, you would have already told us if it was CrossFit.
Yeah, that's true.
So you like to go to the gym, you like to work out. Spin class. Okay. Have you heard of orange therapy? Okay, that's spin, right? Right? So, hey, Sonetta, I want to give you a call. Hey, this is Zach with Keller Williams. Hey, Zach, I'm still not ready to buy. Oh, no, I wasn't calling you about real estate. Well, okay. Hey, a couple of new spin gyms have opened, and I wasn't sure if you heard about it, and I know you said that was important to you, so I just want to give you a call, let you know about it. Also, the local bike shop was going to have a huge sale this weekend, so I don't know if you're into outside bike riding, but that might be something that you're interested in. Provided value, and she's going, oh, he actually paid attention to what I said. Huh, that's very interesting. Always call with a purpose. Always call with a purpose. You can always figure out a way to provide value to somebody. I always joke that you get a bunch of Starbucks gift cards and just give them away. People will love you for it. $5 gift cards. Oh, I almost started on my Zillow rant. We got dangerously close there to bashing Zillow again. But Zillow doesn't like us. We can get into that a little bit later. But yeah, so provide value. Provide value. What else we got? You look like you have a question. Okay. All right.
He's calling now.
Yeah.
So how do you keep on going and stay committed to your 3 to 4 hours because you got a great lead and you don't want to run off?
So this is your time to do it. It's like an open house. Would you shut your open house down? Why would you stop calling? You have a schedule. Stick to it. People will respect you for your time. Plain and simple. Well, I can only look at houses right now. That's not true. I've had people, I have to go to the store. Well, the store's still going to be there. We're talking, right? I keep people on the phone as long as I can. I will continue to talk, right? Until they're going to set an appointment where I'm going to get all the information from them that I can possibly get. So you just have to commit to it. And that's why I'm huge on accountability. So on coming to the office.
So your daily goal schedule is set up on the hours, not on the number of calls, or?
So I have a good buddy that does 200. I know I'm a talker, and so if I put a number on myself, I'm not going to hit it most of the time because I will just get on the phone and talk to people forever. Especially if somebody calls me back, I'm like, set, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, and so I don't put a number, I put an hours on mine, or an appointments, 2 appointments, whatever it is. I have a good friend who's a lender up in Sacramento. He dials for his realtors. He will come to their offices and call with them. He's the best lender I've ever met. He's amazing, right? He circle prospects for his realtors and sets a point. Here's the kicker. He's got his real estate license, and he's still giving the leads to the realtors, right? Find another lender that'll do that. His goal is 200 to 300. Depends on what he's doing for that day. He's using Mojo, and he's just cranking them out. 200 a day, 200 a day, 200 a day. You start calling that much, and you're going to see some wild success.
And his name is David Wigg. If you guys want to look him up on Facebook, like we're really like, it doesn't matter if you're a lender, it doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent. If you're working hard, we're going to promote you because we want you to be around other people that are working hard. So if you guys look him up, his name is David Wigg, W-I-E-G. He's based out of Sacramento, but he does do loans everywhere. Right now, he's working a lot with Amanda Todd, who's on her way to being one of the top, if not the top agent in the country. She probably will figure it out here very soon. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so third breakdown, guys. Okay, third breakdown, thank you, Zach, is how to close the deal at the appointment. I'm going to try to keep this, I'm going to try to not be so long-winded. My goal is that this is done by 12. Did you guys need to, should we take a potty break? I'm down for a potty break. You guys, let's take 10 minutes. Let's start it back up at 11, and I'll try to end it by 12 so that we can start the Q&A at 12. Pee-pee time.
Yeah, I gotta take off. My wife's. I definitely stay in touch with you. I listened to your podcast. You did something last week or two ago.
We haven't put anything out.
No, you were on somebody's.
Yes, I was.
I dial and I have a headset on. I watch YouTube videos.
Yes.
And I need to. Last year I started. This year I'm getting my ass back on here.
I think a big part of it, honestly, is we're all out there by ourselves right now. We're all out there by ourselves. We're all islands. And I think that that's kind of naturally the way that we like it, is we want to be an island. We don't want people telling us what we can and cannot do. So what we're doing is we're trying to get a bunch of people, a bunch of barbarians, a bunch of solo people together and work together.
Yeah, I mean, I was on a big team down south. Yeah, bullpen and all that. She's really important in there.
Yeah.
I love the energy. I went to Realtors on flat feet.
That's right. That's right.
I'm a dialer, but I need to get the open house thing.
My brother, I appreciate you. Ray, we'll definitely be talking.
Yeah, do it. I gotta go drop off box.
Okay.
Yeah, you read books a lot.
Brother, I don't stop reading. Whenever I have time that I can read, that I'm not hanging out with my kids, Good one? Yeah. Okay, fantastic. I won't turn you down. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. So you're a coach. You know, we've got time right now. You want to talk about, are you a math coach? The productivity coach. Can we talk about what that is for you? Because there are people watching right now. Might as well. Do you want to?
I'll do it.
Okay. Well, so we'll just spend a minute. Hey guys, of course, you guys, if you're watching this video, you know who I am. But do you want to introduce yourself to everybody at home?
There, I'm Josie Martinez with Keller Williams Redlands. I'm the productivity coach here.
Yes. And what is a productivity coach?
Well, right now we have 46 coaching clients in our program. And 46, yes.
Where? In this office?
In this office.
46 people are participating in coaching in your office.
In our office.
That's phenomenal.
It's exciting.
Yes.
So we teach them scripts. We teach them to come in here and do role playing, make calls.
Yes.
So I'm loving that you guys are here today. Everything we're teaching them, you're just enforcing it.
And I love that you guys are role playing because the biggest issue is a lot of times we know what we should be doing. We just don't fall into the good habits of actually doing it. And so when, like, if you show up and you role play in Redlands, how often do you guys role play?
We actually do power ups every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the same days that we're prospecting. And then, so when can they find you guys here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? What time?
From 9 to 11.
9 to 11, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in Redlands.
In Redlands, and everybody's welcome to come in if you want to role play with us.
Isn't that the beautiful thing about KW?
Yes.
I keep hearing people, they say, oh, well, we've got a coaching program, we've got this, we've got that, but you have to X, Y, and Z. You can't come in to role play with us, you can't come in and learn unless you do this.
I know, the more the merrier.
The more the merrier.
We have fun.
Bring him in. Line them up. Fantastic. And so how many people do you coach with right now?
I have 46 in my program right now.
You personally?
Me personally.
Oh, Deb Murray.
Gosh, 46. That's nuts. How long have you been a productivity coach at KW?
I started here in June.
In June.
In June.
And you've already picked up 46 people that you're working with. That's phenomenal. What kind of results do you guys have?
Right now, I have 13, probably a little bit over 13 that are in production.
Yes. Yes. And that's nothing to scoff at. I mean, the thing is when you take a job where there's a 95% failure rate, and you have 46 clients, and 13 of them are in production. My brother, let's talk about this for a minute. Can I talk to you in a minute on camera after I talk to her? Talk about literature. By the way, I got 5 more minutes to fill, and there's a lot of people home watching. Okay. So, what's your name again? Jack.
And
Thank
Jack
you.
is actually one of my coaching clients.
High performance habits.
We are on.
So high performance habits, and you said Jack. Jack came up to me and he said, so you like to read? And I said, I do like to read. I don't like a lot of self-help books, but I love, like this book right here, High Performance Habits. This is not a 15-second idea. A lot of people pitch me on books that are 15-second ideas. Does that look like a 15-second idea? Absolutely not. There's content in here.
Right. These are the 6 habits.
Okay. Clarity, energy, necessity, productivity, influence, courage. I love that courage is on it.
Absolutely.
So you've read this thing cover to cover, which is why you're handing it to me.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to High Performance Academy in about 3 weeks.
High Performance Academy.
4 days of training
in Phoenix. Fantastic. Phoenix is they're bringing their water in from somewhere. They're keeping it green. So what's your favorite here of the 6 highly effective habits?
Courage and energy.
Courage and energy. Like, I'm not going to give you one. I'm going to give you both. So courage and energy, I feel like that's something that I got in spades. I feel like I'm good on energy, I'm good on courage. What is he saying here about courage?
Well, it's hard to answer that. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, he gives an example of just step out to do something that you're afraid to do, something that's uncomfortable.
Yes.
But isn't necessary.
Yes. My brother. I
Making
appreciate
calls.
you. Making calls. Thank you. He didn't want to come up here on camera with me, but everyone's going pee-pee for 4 more minutes. So we're talking about high performance habits. Yes, I love to read books. I think that right now, instead of waiting until the end, because you guys are going to have this video, you guys can watch it. You guys can talk to people about these books if you want to. I'm gonna keep talking because that's what I do. We've got 4 minutes to talk before we kick off the next section of the class. And in 4 minutes, I'm going to pitch you guys on all these books. Okay? Sure. True Believer. This was written by a self-educated longshoreman. It reads like it's a history book. It's because he was so far ahead of his time. So far ahead of his time. Absolutely fantastic. Tiny Beautiful Things. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Cheryl Strayed is empowering people. Connectivity is king. It doesn't matter if who you are, where you came from. There's a pretty good chance that we're all suffering with a lot of the same stuff. Tiny Beautiful Things is a way to embrace what's beautiful about all of this, not just the struggle, but rising above it. She is not educated or whatever on speaking to all of these things, but she resonates with people because she's real and honest and heartfelt. The Barbarian Way, we'll talk about that last. Radical Acceptance. This is a book on Buddhism. I don't know if we have any Buddhists here, but this is Buddhism is something that very much appeals to me. I like the Eastern philosophies about being present. I think a lot of times we look at goals and we set these 10-year goals and these 1-year goals and these 5-year goals, and we lose being present in our day-to-day. And we forget that at the end of the day, we should be proud of what we did. We should have found time to be present with our kids. It's not all about money if we're not building the systems to facilitate a good life. True and false, I'm a thespian. I am an actor. I grew up in the theater. I love actors. I love improv actors. David Mamet wrote a book, and I read a chapter from it, but it's called A Generation That Would Like to Stay in School. It's a segment of it in here on True and False. And he talks about how people would rather go to school, they'd rather get educated, they'd rather stay in the comfort of these walls right here and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn instead of getting out there and practicing. And so what I want to encourage you guys to do is don't get so caught up in going to classes like this that you forget to work. Let's not pretend like we're working. Let's keep working. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein is an INTP. I am an ENTP. INTP is introverted. E is extroverted. I'm basically like an extroverted Einstein. That's how you guys can think of me. That's how I like to rock and roll this. But so I think that what you should do is you should take your Myers-Briggs test, find out how you are designed, and then study people that are designed similarly to you. Nikola Tesla is an ENTP. Who knows who Nikola Tesla is?
Is that the
I love it.
is that the guy that worked with Edison with electricity and where Tesla is named after?
He committed suicide? Really?
No.
He's the one that came out with AC/DC, right? Power.
Hell yeah. Okay, so even if you don't know, there it is. Gentlemen, I'm appreciating the holy heck out of you two right now. Thank you. So, guys, Nikola Tesla, and this is the most, I've never seen that many hands go up. Nikola Tesla came to America as an immigrant, wrote to Edison and said, hey, I want to work with you. I want to bring energy and clean power to America through Niagara Falls. And what ends up happening, he ends up beating Edison for the contract to light up Chicago. It ends up being this phenomenal thing. But what happens is guys like ENTPs, guys like INTPs, both Einstein and Tesla died foreign nationals on foreign soil, America, alone with unfinished work, absolutely cannibalized by the people that they went out serving, right? The world would be a different place if we had listened to Tesla a long time ago. World War II would have been significantly different if we would have listened to guys like Albert Einstein when he started having courage and showing up to buck the system. When Hitler went unchecked for 10 years. 10 years. We have to start confronting evil when we see it. You have to be willing to buck the system. Joseph Campbell, if you guys take your test, there's a good chance that about 30% of you are ENFPs. Are you an ENFP? There it is. If you are in real estate and you are an ENFP, you're probably also an I personality if you took the DISC test. And what an I personality is, they're extroverted. They want to talk. They'll talk to you for 3 hours, but they won't get your email and your phone number. Right? They'll help you out till they're blue in the face, and they want it. There we go. I got another ENFP, I think. Right? We're here to help. Like I'm an ENTP, so there's just one difference. You're a feeler. You're a heart-centered person. I'm a mind-centered person first, but I was brought up with 3 women, so I had to learn how to feel. So this is the thing, Joseph Campbell, you young lady, you will love this. This is your language. This is your language. This is how you speak. Okay. And that being said, I don't have the 48 Laws of Power on me.
It's just I was noticing that you didn't bring it. I was like,
I didn't have it. So the 48 Laws of Power is the absolute worst book for a lot of you. You will hate it. You will hate it. That a lot of us do not speak, but there are people around you that do speak it. They do speak the power language. Combat veterans, Marines, veterans, first responders, nurses, teachers, etc. We do not speak the power language. We speak a heart-centered language. And because of that, we are manipulated by people that are powerful. Right? Okay. How many times have I hear you, my sister, right? Okay. So the thing is when I interview women to join my team, then I ask them, are you easily offended? Because I ask everyone that because I want to hear what they're going to say to me. And do you know what they say to me? More than 50% of the time, it is okay to do what to me? Yell at me. It is okay to yell at me. It is okay to yell at me. It is okay to yell at me. They tell me this in an interview, and it breaks my heart. And I want to look them in the eyes and want to say, who's yelling at you right now? Who yelled at you in the past? That's not okay with me. But I tell them, I don't know what team you were on before. I don't yell at people. I get passionate, but I'm never going to scream at anyone in my office. Okay? My beautiful wife, Katie. Hello, Kate. So she joined my team when there were 6 of us. At that point, I was the only 6-figure earner. She helped 7 more people do it. She's the only person that's not on the cover of that magazine, that top agent magazine, where 100% of people made $100,000. The Alchemist, read it, fantastic. When my daughter comes up to me and they say, I want to get married, I'm just going to say, read The Alchemist, and we'll talk. If you still want to get married, then we'll take it from there. Okay, The Alchemist is 100% all about the goodness in the world. It's all about speaking from your heart. You will be tested. Every single one of you said that you could make $1 million this next year. Do you think it's going to be easy? Do you think that your friends and family are going to line up behind you to support you? People hate to see their friends and their family successful. Do you believe me?
Absolutely. That's human nature, isn't it?
That's right, my brother. People hate to see their friends and their family successful because we have the same 24 hours in a day as they do. It reminds them that they are not doing it, right? People will actively seek out to destroy you. They will seek to pull the rug out from underneath you. They will work to discredit you. The world is not going to say, oh, you know what? You took the 7-figure. You know what? You guys all said that you're going to make $1 million. And then you're going to walk out through this front door. And then all your friends and family are going to be lined up saying, call me. I'm ready to buy and sell real estate. Good job. Absolutely not. If you post on Facebook and you say, I plan on making 100 phone calls tomorrow, everyone will like your post because there's no action behind it. Everyone will say, good job. We're so proud of you. Good job. But if you post on Facebook, I just got done making 120 phone calls to set 3 appointments. You'll get 7 likes, 4 likes, 3 likes. Right? You guys believe me? I'm going to make 120 phone calls tomorrow. You go, girl. Good job. We love you. Because we all want to talk about dreams, but nobody wants to talk about hard work. Why? Hard work looks like a struggle, right? It looks like you're losing. How many times do you lose on your way to a win, right? Constantly. Constantly. Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Read it. I read it my first year in real estate. It was phenomenal. Changed my whole career. Tribe by Sebastian Junger. A tribe is a group of people that you would feel compelled to share the last of your food with. I would read you the introduction to this, but I cannot read it without crying. I'm telling you the truth. I'll have to touch up my mascara. You think these lashes are natural? Living with the Seal by Jesse Itzler. People too often when they go to work out with a workout buddy, they want to work out with somebody that they're either shaped similarly with or that are shaped a little bit less greatly than we are, right? We don't want to go out and work with this stud, this Navy SEAL right here, who's like an Adonis, right? And we're going to show up and he's shaped like if God had a body, that's this man right here, right? So that's who you want to work with. That's who you want to work with. You want to be around other real estate agents that are absolute freaking rock stars that are going to push you. You want accountability groups with skin in the game. You need to surround yourself. Look around here in this room. I know a lot of people don't know each other. Am I right? Look around here. These are the people. These are the people that made this commitment with you. These are them. These are them, right? So in a couple of months, if one of these guys that took the 7-figure commitment hasn't held an open house, I want you to Roger up. And I want you to Roger up and say, hey, guys, I was in this class with 20 of you guys, and then you didn't hold a single open house, right? Is there any reason why next weekend there should not be 400 Keller Williams signs out that weekend? 400? If all of you guys put up 30, let's turn the map red. Let's turn it red. We are absolutely at war in this industry. There's an application war coming. There's a tech war coming. The only way that we beat tech is with hard work, with passion, with heart. Apps don't have any of those. Am I right? Okay. You will get paid like full-time real estate agents if you work like them. Art of War. Read The Art of War or work for someone who has read The Art of War. Okay, you are either at the table or you're on the menu. Have you heard that saying? Okay. This is all about war. War is important to understand. The Barbarian Way. Again, not a Christian, but got a whole heck of a lot of respect for Jesus. Barbarian Way. This is the business on how to fight the system on the outskirts of it, okay? Rhinos seeing 31 feet ahead. We're all coming, right? We're all coming. It doesn't matter what's happening in the industry because we're all coming together, okay? Here we go. Selling houses. We got 50 minutes to do this part. This is fun. This is all good stuff. Oh, yeah, and then, of course, I've been bringing this around. We're having a lot of the same problems that we were having before. When Robert Kennedy was killed, when JFK, when freaking Martin Luther King was killed in Vietnam, all this disconnection, all this pain in our society, we're still doing this crap. We're still doing this. The only way to prevent this sort of fearful mindsets is for all of us to get involved and to start looking each other in the eyes and to start educating our children so that they don't understand, so that I don't have to ship my 5-year-old off to war someday. Okay? So this, understand, that's why I get worked up. I don't want Wyatt, who was born while I was off getting shot at, to go to war someday. So if I can help some people to prevent that, freaking fantastic. So this is how we show houses, guys. Now, what do you guys do when you're preparing to show houses? What do you guys collect? What do you guys get ready to hand your clients? What is it? Flyers. Flyers? Okay. What else? Does anybody put? What do you give the client? Do you give them like a buyer's package? Do you do a buyer's meeting or anything like that?
Yeah, but when we're actually at the location,
yes,
we give them feedback sheets for the house.
Okay, I like it. Okay. Anybody else do anything else for their clients when they go out and they look at houses? You guys just show up and
prior you do a buyer's consultation.
Buyer's consultation. Okay, cool. Are you guys doing buyer's consultations a lot here? Okay, rock and roll. Now, there are a lot of really great real estate agents that make a lot more money than I do that tell people to do buyer's representation agreements, that tell people to do buyer's consultations. I've never done either one of those things. I've gotten stung because of it. Now, that being said, I like to get people out looking at houses right away because we're looking for the compelling reason. And I will talk to them at the house. Now, do you guys drive with your clients? No? Who drives with their clients? Yes, ma'am. Sometimes. That's where I'm at. Kind of depends on how many MLS sheets I have printed off in the back and how badly my open house signs are rattling around. How much McDonald's wrappers I got in the back. So I don't care if you want to drive with your clients. Doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. What you want to do is you want to meet them at that first house. And I do not give them MLS printouts. I do not give them the schools. I do not give them the taxes. I don't hand them all this stuff. I'm the professional. I'm going to hold on to it. They need to consult with me. Because what happens at the end of the day, we have a stack of 15, 20 pages that we've taken notes all over. We hand it to them, and then we say, okay, call me in the morning. Or they get it, they're so overwhelmed by everything that they've seen that they don't know what to do. So, process of elimination, right? We don't have to ask them what house they want to put an offer in on if we're just eliminating houses as we go. So this is how we go. It's water, it's MLS printouts. You're going to have the MLS printouts. You're going to walk around. And now there's 3 different types of houses that we're seeing, right? Owner occupied, tenant occupied, and vacant. And I'm going to tell you how to do all 3 of those, okay? Owner occupied or FSBOs. You just want them out of the way, right? They think that they're going to sell you the house because of what size boards they used in the wall and how their house has been roofed and all this other different stuff. They just need to be quiet and leave us alone, right? But we don't want to treat them like that. So you're going to walk in, you're going to hand them your card. And say, hey, thank you guys so much for letting us come in. My name's David Serpa. I'm here with my clients here right now. We're going to come in. We're going to take a look around. Are there any rooms or closets that we shouldn't open up? Because that tells them I respect your house. I'm not going to come in and do anything to it while we're here. But I don't want you to hang out with me. Right? Because what do they want to do? They want to walk you through everything. And it's either going to be, a 25, 30-minute showing, and they're going to be selling you everything, including their kids' beds and everything. And you don't need it. So you just say, hey, thank you so much for letting us in. Are there any rooms or closets that we shouldn't open up while we're looking? No, you guys are good. Okay, fantastic. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start in the kitchen. Thank you guys for letting us in. Move past them. Take control. You do not want to be hanging out with them. Because otherwise your clients are going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a 5-minute showing. You're going in, you're opening bathrooms. You're the one that's opening closets. You're the one that's opening up their underwear drawer. I'm just kidding. Check if you guys are freaking like that, awake or not. So you're the one that's opening up all these things so that they could go in and look. Lead the charge, because if another person is home, whether they're a tenant or an owner, they're uncomfortable with you being in their house. Your tenants or your clients are uncomfortable, so you lead the way. Walk through. All right, guys, come on. Let's go look at the kitchen first, and then we'll go take a look outside. You're walking around the house. You're creating that energy, okay? Get in and out. How many minutes should you spend at a house? 20 minutes. Who said 15? Yes! If it's an estate, if it's multi-residential, then maybe spend 20. 15 minutes. How many people have walked into a house, their clients hate the house, and then you spend 25 minutes there anyway? Yes, man. They walk through, they're like, I hate everything about this house. Where's the measuring tape? This house is disgusting. I don't even like the neighborhood. Where's the measuring tape? And I'm like, girl, put the measuring tape away. Let's get the heck out of here right now. Okay? I always tell people upward and onward. I said, like, they walk in and they hate everything. And I'm not going to talk them out of a house that they might love. But if they hate it, hey, you know what, guys? If it's not the house for you, it's not the house for you. Upward and onward. Let's get the heck out of here. We don't need to see the backyard. We don't even need to walk in if they don't want to. Now, has that got me stung with showings before? Hey, you guys don't like it? Upward and onward. Hey, you know what? We have a recording in our house, and we heard you say upward and onward about our house. Okay, fantastic. The house was not the right house for my client. Did you want me to sell it to them anyway? No? Okay, great. Oh, great. I have a lot of other clients. We're happy to talk to them about your house. This is not the right house for them. My job is not to sell your house. My job is to help my clients find a house. I'm happy to blast it out to people that it might work out for. You know what I mean? Why are you listening to our conversations? Why are you being weird? Right? Because real estate agents are weird. Homeowners are weird. It's like the second that we pass our real estate license, we all put in shoulder pads and giant pearl necklaces and put our hair out and then forget how to be human beings. Goodness gracious. So what do? We treat people like human beings. We walk through. We are nice to people. Thank you guys so much for letting us see your house. Now, wrap it up. Get out the door. Tenant occupied. Same thing. Thank you guys so much for letting us into your house. I appreciate it very much. Is there any doors or closets or anything that we should open up? No. Fantastic. If you let the tenants be in control, your showing will be 5 minutes long versus your owner-occupied showings, which are 25 minutes long. Then you'll get out to the street, and your clients will be saying to you, how many bedrooms was it? Was there an office? What happened in there? Where are we? It's okay, guys. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Your job is to stay in that tenant-occupied house until they got their freaking answer, their questions answered. Okay? So go in, do the thing. Everybody always wants to say to that first house, they want to say, I have an MLS printout, by the way. I've got all the MLS printouts, got all my information on it. I'm taking notes. And then when I walk out of that first house, I don't say, hey, 1 to 5, what do you guys think? Because they don't have a baseline yet. You have to establish a baseline. You have to understand what they like. You have to understand, what you're comparing it to. So I typically like to go 2 or 3 houses without asking them what they think. Okay. Then around the second or third house, I say, so what'd you think? Same thing, 1 to 5 stars, 5 being the best, 1 being not so great. What'd you think, Dad? What'd you think, Dad? 1 to 5, 5 being the best.
3.5.
3.5. Hey, 3.5. Dad doesn't like my 1 through 5 point system. He's going to go 3.5. I appreciate that, sir. All right, it's got a C. 3.5, 70%. What about you, Mom? What'd you think? Give it a 4. Mom likes it a little bit more, but we're still not knocking it out of the park. What about you, young lady?
I think it's
5. All right. Well, Princess loves the house. Let's write it up. By the way, you guys are all now a family. Okay, so we're going to keep going with that. I always ask them what they think. I always include the kids. If you can keep the kids happy, you will have clients for a lot longer. You will get more done. I essentially become a babysitter when I walk into a front door. I open the door, I become a babysitter. I have had all sorts of fluids all over my hands, all over my arms. I was holding this little chunker, and I ended up having poop all over my arm, and I didn't realize that she had done what she had done. And then we ended up going through 3 houses where there was no soap. I'm just walking around like this. So watch the kids, be cool with the kids, help them out. Okay, we're not giving them snacks, but we're hanging out with the kids. And when you say, hey, Princess, what'd you think? And she says 5. All right. Princess found the house. Right? Okay. Ask the young man, what did you think? 2. He does not like this house. Let's get out of here. Call it a day. Okay. He's the difficult child. Mom says you don't matter, young man. I'll pay for your therapy. All right. So, hey, guys, so we're talking to the kids. We're talking to Mom. We're talking to Dad. We're keeping it light. We're having fun, right? Now we've got a place of comparison. When you have 3, I only want to keep a maximum of 2 to 3 houses in the pile. Get rid of the ones they don't like. Now, so let's say we call that house the Princess house because Princess liked it so much. Okay, so Princess house. Princess said 5. Dad said 3.5. Mom said 4. Young man, you said 2. We got to do better than that. All right, we'll keep looking. So we go on to the next one. We go through, we see it. It's got green carpet. It's got tile in it. It's a little bit outdated or whatnot. And then, so a lot of people are going to want to say to their clients, what did you guys think about the country kitchen house? Please. If they're talking about how it has green carpet the entire time, call that flipping house the green carpet house, right? Keep it simple, all right? I have had people put in offers on the green carpet house. They just have to remember it because after 10, 12 houses, after 5 houses, they all start running in together. Am I right? Okay, so now we've got 2 houses, we've got 3 houses. Hey, young man, we went to you last time. What do you think about the green carpet house, sir? He doesn't like it anyway. 1 to 5, though.
It's a 1 now.
He's so rebellious, Mom. He's so rebellious. We're going to have to get him in football or something. Introduce him to this guy. You want to straighten him out, Coach? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're entitled to your opinion, sir. 1 star. All right, Princess, 1 to 5.
A 4.
A 4. All right. Not as good as the last one, but it's still good. What about you, Mom?
I'm going to say 3. It needs too much work.
It needs too much work. We don't want to replace the carpet. What about you, Dad?
3 sounds about right. It's a little bit dated.
Okay.
Cosmetic work.
Right on. He doesn't like it. She doesn't like it as much as the last one. Dad doesn't want to spend the time and energy. Neither does Mom. So what do? We say upward and onward. I take the sheet in front of them and I fold it in half and I'll throw it in the back of my car, which is why I always have MLS sheets printed out all back there. I get rid of it in front of them because I want them to start visually seeing that they're narrowing it down. Okay? Now, what is the maximum amount of houses that you should show at one time? Max. Coffees for closers. Look at her. Is that tea? Do I see a tea thing hanging out there? Somebody get this young lady some coffee. 4? Goodness gracious. Okay, what are you guys showing at the most? I've shown 26 houses before. I did it. I started in Temecula. We went down to North County. They ended up buying on the first day. It was a 14-hour day. It's 26 houses. 26. What's the most that you guys have shown? 12. 11. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I like to cut it off at 12. 12 is the max. That's a long day. Yeah. That's a 4-hour, 5-hour day. Too much is running in together, right? Yeah. Okay, so 12 is a lot. But that being said, I don't like to show one house either. So if somebody calls me up and they want to see one house, I want to add at least 1 or 2 more, right? Even if I don't talk to them about it first. Hey, you know what? I know we just want to see this house here, but I added 2 more that seem super interesting. If you have to cancel the appointment, you have to cancel the appointment. But how often are they going to cancel the appointment? Just do it. They want to see a house. When people go out and they look at houses, they don't want to go home and not put in an offer. We think that people just want to go out and kick curbs. They don't want to go out and kick curbs. They want to buy a home. Stop sending them home not doing what they want to do. They want to write offers. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, so we're getting rid of them. We're getting rid of them. Now we've seen a couple more, and I'm going to say, all right, this house is a huge backyard, you guys. This is the smallest house, but it's got the biggest yard of all the ones that we're seeing. Dad, it's got a big yard. What do you think? Maintenance. Yeah. I'm getting you as a man right now. I'm understanding you, sir. Let's go look at some houses. Okay, so a lot of maintenance for Dad. What do you think, Mom? 4. You like the yard. Big for the kids. You might have to hire a gardener, brother. I'm sorry, landscapers are worth it. Every penny. Young lady, what do you think about the big yard? Are you with Mom or are you with Dad? I'm just kidding. Don't ask that. That's counseling again. Okay. All right. What's it going to be? Do you like the it's a smaller house, but it's a bigger yard. What do you think?
5.
5. Wow. Dad, be careful. You know who's making the decisions in real estate, right? Okay. What about you, young man?
I like it.
All right.
1 to 5. What do you think, young man?
We'll give it a 5.
All right.
Ah! Right? Like you have like a big Bible moment, standing on top. Yes, we did it. I'm sorry, my brother. It's not going to work out. You need to hire a landscaper. It is what it is. Okay, so this is the thing. That's probably going to work right there, right? 5, 4, 4. I don't want to mow the lawn. Right? Young man, if you love it as much as you do, I like that. If you love it as much as you do, will you mow the lawn? He even said he'll mow the lawn. Mom, write it down. He said he's going to mow the lawn. So, hey, you're just getting back. I want to let you know we found a house. Pretty excited about it. Okay, so we go out. We keep looking. I miss you already. See you soon. Okay, so hold her accountable, 7 figures, right? Okay, here we go, guys. So you go out, you look out, you see all these different houses, you start bouncing around. You get to the last house. I really like for the last house to be vacant if we can help it. The last house to be vacant because what room are we making the decision on whether or not we want to buy this house? Kitchen. You, sir. Very sharp here. That's okay. Theresa's working. She's getting paid. All right, here we go. So what you do is you do this. You walk into that last house. We want it to be vacant if it's possible. If it's not, that's okay. But we go into the kitchen. If they're there, we're not hanging out in the kitchen. We're hanging out in front of your car, and we're dropping these on the hood of the house or the hood of the car. Okay, we say the hood of the house. I want to check that. Okay, so when you talk as fast as I do, it happens occasionally. All right, so this is what we do. We say to them, we go and we look at all these different houses, and you already know that you've seen 12 houses. They're blending in together, right? Are most people ready to write an offer once they've seen 12 houses? Yes. Hopefully.
They better be.
They better be.
At least 3.
Now, a lot of times, what is the number one complaint? That they all kind of run in together, right? I don't know. Kind of all ran in together. Okay, so this is your closing line. This is 100%. This is how it works. You will fail in one of 3 ways. This is how you have to analyze it. 1, getting the information. 2, getting the information and getting it out the door. 3, closing the deal at the appointment. You will, if you have a lot of appointments but you're not closing deals, your issue is the 3rd breakdown, right? If you're working a lot of open houses but you're not converting, your issue is the 1st breakdown. If you're converting a whole bunch of people at your open houses but you're not getting them out the door for appointments, your issue is the 2nd breakdown. It's as simple as that. There's only 3 reasons to fail in real estate. There's only 3 breakdowns. That's it. That is it. This is the 3rd breakdown. This is the easiest way to get paid. You say to them, okay, we've seen a lot of houses today. They're all kind of blended in together. Why don't we do this? Let's double back. Let's take a look at these 2. And let's see what we think. They're all kind of blending in together, right? Yes, they're blending in together. So let's double back. What I will do, and you just keep running. You just keep talking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call the agent on the way there because what's the number one issue that we're going to have if we want to go see a house the 2nd time? Getting it back in, getting the agent to answer the phone, which is okay. It might be dinner time, right? That's okay. But do you think that I might go up and knock on that door? Yes, I will. Do you think that that agent's going to be mad at me? Only 1 time in 100 when they're absolutely allergic to making money. Okay, but that's not my problem. I'm not allergic to making money. I want to help their clients even if they're not willing to help them. So I'm going to go over there. And this is what I tell them. I say, actually, you know what? Your dad, right? Yes, sir. Your dad. What was your name again, brother? Omar. There's that Dory memory again. Omar. Okay, this is what we got, Mom. Omar, young man, princess. We've seen a lot of houses today. They're all starting to run in together. Am I right? I'm a little bit tired right now, but why don't we do this? These are the 2 that you guys really like. Let's go back. Let's take another look at these. I'm sure that I could get you in there. We'll call the agent on the way. And then that way they're fresh in our mind. Does that make sense? Does that sound fair? Any one of those things. Does that make sense? Does that sound fair? That way it's fresh in our mind. We're not saying, and then we'll write an offer. We're not saying, what price do you want to come in at? We are just giving them the opportunity to have a process of elimination. Does that feel greasy to you, Vicki? Does that feel greasy to you, my campaigner, my ENFP? No, we're just helping them out. Let's double back. Let's go take a look. And then do you know what we're doing on the way? We're calling those agents. We're saying, hey, Omar, this is David Serpa. My clients, we're going back to look at 2 houses right now. Yours is one of them. They love it, but there is one other house in the conversation. We're on our way right now. Can you guys get us in? If they don't pick up, I go anyway. And I knock on the door. Oh, hi. Sorry, my name is David Serpa. We were actually here 2 hours ago when you guys were gone. I appreciate you guys squeezing us in. I tried to call your agent on the way over here. They're probably having dinner with their family or whatnot. My clients, they want to see this house and one other house for a second time. Do you mind if we come in and take a look real quick? Do you think that they're going to say yes? Even if they're tenants, they will say yes. People want to help people, believe it or not. Even if they're tenants, if you tell them, we'll be out of your hair in 10 or 15 minutes, we just want to take another quick look really quick so it's fresh in our mind. We're on our way to see one other house. I don't care who they are. They will let you go in. I have never been turned away, not once. The only time that I've ever had an issue, they said to me, did you call my agent? And did I say, yeah, I called your agent. Your agent's super lazy. They didn't pick up the phone. They're probably just, being a jerk somewhere. No, I said, hey, you know what? It's dinner time. I totally understand your agent's probably busy. I did call them, but because this was a last minute thing and we're on the way to go look at the second house, I just wanted to make sure that they got a chance to look at your house before you wrote an offer. Are they going to write an offer? I don't know. Maybe. There's a really flipping good chance that they are going to. Then you go to that second house, and then this is what you do. You already went through. You already looked at both houses. Now you have both of these MLS printouts, and this is all you say. You go back through. The kids go, hey, handsome, go pick out your room. Young lady, which room are you guys going to go look at? Go ahead. Go look around. I'll be right here. They're already going to be talking about that. You don't have to do it. All right? Kids are like, which room's my room? Okay, cool. I'll be right here, guys. Take your time. Wait in the kitchen, wait in the kitchen, wait in the kitchen. Or hang out with the kids. Let mom and dad talk. Let mom and dad talk. Hang out in the kitchen. They're going to come to you. And then when they come to you, what you're going to do, instead of saying, where do you want to come in at? You're going to hold up 2 pieces of paper. And you're going to say the same exact line that we said in the open house to get their information. So what do you guys think? Set them down, push them out. Okay? It's all about body language, right? This is what you did to get them to double back. You set your keys on the table, set the MLS printouts on the table. You say, why don't we do this? Take your keys, put them in your pocket. Let's go double back. Let's take another look at these because it's telling them we're gearing up to go, right? We're gearing up to go. Go back, take another look. Now, no keys on the table. Your keys are in your pocket, but now you're setting both of these on the kitchen counter. So what do you guys think? Shut up. Let them talk, okay? Remind them of their compelling reason. If they come back to you and they say, oh, we really love this house, and it has the same exact kitchen that they left for a reason because mom can't see the kids in the backyard while she's doing what she's doing, that's a problem. Remind them of that. Hey, guys, I just want to remind you really quick, I know you really love the house. It does have the same issue with the kitchen, which is part of the reason why you guys are leaving. Now, you made it possible for them to not hate you in 2 years or in 6 months or in 2 weeks or fall out of escrow. Okay? You may talk them out of it. That's okay. Find them the right house. But I will tell you this, when I remind people of their compelling reason and I say, you know what, it doesn't have the kitchen that you were looking for, they say it has everything else that we're looking for at this point. Or I remind them earlier and they say, you know what, you're absolutely right. Let's get out of here. Remind them, remind them, remind them. Do not oversell them. Do not oversell them. You do not want to walk by a house 3 years later and have a big foreclosure sign out in front, right? Let's teach people that we will help them. Okay, so was that greasy? So what do you guys think? Easy peasy. Then they're going to say to you, I really like that one. What'd you think? We got the big yard house, and then we got the one with less maintenance. What do you think, Ansel? You like it. So you like this one here. Okay. What about you, Princess?
No, that's okay.
It's okay. So you like the other one. Mom and Dad, we're going to have to flip a kid, I think. All right.
Whatever the wife decides.
Smart man. Happy life, happy wife, right? Okay. What about you, Mom? Looks like it's up to you. We got these two are split. Dad is looking nervous about yard work, but he's willing to freaking make it happen for you. What's going on, Mom?
Big yard.
Want the big yard? Now we're getting paid. Now we're getting paid, right? Write the cover letter, represent them properly, send it off, help them get their house, right? Help them get their house. Easy peasy. Now you can have the conversation, oh, it's a seller's market, blah, 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 blah. Let's come in at here. But 9 times out of 10, what are we doing? We're handing them a fat stack of paper. They're saying they have a million questions, and then we're telling them to go home. And then we wonder why we show 120 houses and nobody wants to buy anything. Now, is it a possibility that you go out and we strike out? You see 12 houses and we got to redirect? Yeah, you know what? I can't name a city because I don't want to get myself in any trouble here. But let's say they say, you know what? Let's increase our price point by $30,000. I don't really want my kids growing up here. Okay, understandable. Fantastic. Let's increase our price point by $30,000. Did I ask them to do it? No, I showed them what was out there. I showed them what was out there. I took them out. Okay, there's a lot of people that have champagne taste on beer budgets, right? Okay, so do we need to have a pre-approval letter to go out the first time? Negative. Absolutely not. Okay, seem pretty easy? What questions do you guys have about showing properties? What's a smile for? I love it.
You said, well, when you said no pre-approval, and I'm thinking 12. You just showed 12 homes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What is our time worth? How many of you guys have closed an escrow this month? Good. Thank you. You have as well? No? You, sir. Okay, great. Okay, so the rest of you, what is our time worth right now? Nothing. We're volunteers right now. Right now, we're volunteers. So there's a lot of people that will make a lot of excuses for not working. They'll say they're not pre-approved, they're not pre-qualified, they haven't talked to a lender yet. Most of the time, somebody needs a compelling reason. They need a why to do it. A lot of times, it's the house. You take them out, they fall in love with the house at $350,000, but then they find out that they're qualified at $320,000. They still fell in love with buying a house. They're still in love with the thought process. They're still not happy where they are, right? Why do they have to move? We don't find that out by asking everyone to talk to a lender before we're even able to take them out to the front door. You know what I mean? So you're going to find people that you're going to take them out one time to go look at houses without a pre-qualification letter. After that, they need to have skin in the game. Hey, I completely understand. I'm a commission-only person. My time is only valuable if there's a possibility of me getting paid. And as much as I love you guys and I want to hang out with you, I just need to make sure that you guys have a pre-qualification letter before we go out next time. Not a pre-approval. I just want you guys to have a 15-minute conversation with the lender before we go out next time. Does that sound fair? Go out one time as a volunteer, because you know what happens? Those people that aren't qualified, they know people who are. Right? You hang out with them, you provide value, you let them know you're not a snake, you're not a shark, that you're here to help them. They're going to send you business in freaking spades. I have clients that I talked to them, they didn't have enough equity to sell their house. I told them, this is what you can do this, you can do that. They held on to it. They've sent me 7, 8 clients over the course of the last 2 years, and they didn't end up selling. I will sit down and have a listing appointment with anybody about anything. Why? If I can't help them, I'll point them in the direction of somebody that will, and they'll appreciate me for it. What's up, Mom?
You will still show 26 houses without pre-qualification.
Not 26. So the 26, that was my best friend. I used to work in the entertainment industry, and I worked with a guy named Paul Boomer, Iko Angelo, and he worked on Survivor, and he worked on all these different shows. And he was a director of photography for a movie that I did, and I love the guy, and he's a friend of mine, and so I did 26 houses. I have shown over 20 houses to people that are just clients, but the thing is I would not do it without a pre-qualification letter. I would show maybe 8 to 12 houses maybe without a pre-qualification letter. I would not show more than that, and I wouldn't do it twice. Other questions? Zach, did you have any other questions? You guys have any questions for either one of us? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I love open house role playing, and you were telling everybody what time is your open house role playing?
Well, we do Power Up, which is calling role playing calls from 9 to 11, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you're actually dialing, and if you have people that are dialing at the same time that he's dialing, we're happy to conference in with you guys. My idea is we make it a national boiler room. Everybody opens up their laptops, and we all log in together. We tribe up. We fish together. And then if, like, you probably wouldn't love dialing, right? No, I don't think so. Would you, Vicky? Maybe. I like it, Vicky. She's willing to give it a shot. Okay, so show up. Start dialing. You guys can come here Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning, Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning. Not going to be your. La Quinta, you made the drive out. I appreciate you. Let's talk. Let's talk. Because the thing is whether you're in La Quinta or whether you are here. Thank you, Theresa, for letting everybody come to this office. Whether you are La Quinta, whether you are here, whether you are in Colorado, whether you are in Vegas. We have people dialing with us right now in Georgia, Colorado, Vegas, and in Northern California. Our top ISA is unlicensed in Northern California, making $750 a week right now as an ISA. She's booking how many appointments a week? Like 18
more
appointments
than
a
we
week?
can handle as a team. It's insane.
And she typed up all of our scripts. And she's my sister. We built this program together. She typed up all the scripts. She's giving them to our team. We're about dialing. I don't care if you're on my team. I don't care if you're on my team. I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to make money. We're doing it anyway. So what happens is you guys show up at 8 o'clock. You open up. You log into our go-to meeting. Your screen pops up. You can mute out your microphone so that we can't hear you. The point is we want to see you. We want to see you dialing. Take the 33-day challenge with us. It just started on February 28th, my birthday, Wednesday. We're 2 days into it. 2 days into it. Zach actually did not dial today. Amy ran it. If you guys want to dial with us, if you get a rough phone call and somebody says, "Stop calling me. We hate real estate agents," and you feel weird, hang up for a minute, turn the microphone on, listen to him dial for 15, 20 minutes, take a couple of sips of coffee, relax, take a deep breath, get back on the phones. So if you guys want to dial with us, you guys are more than welcome. Everybody feel free to send me a friend request on Facebook. We're happy to support the office here in Redlands as much as we possibly can. If you guys have people considering real estate, if you have people considering Keller Williams, if you have veterans considering Keller Williams, I don't care what state they're in. I don't even care what country they're in. We're like 36 countries now. We're running a virtual team. We're helping people all over the country. We want to do it. That's the whole reason we're at KW. Send them our way. We will do everything within our power to make sure that you get that cap, that you get paid. We will hold them accountable. If you guys want to dial with us, we'll hold you accountable. But I do not lead horses to water anymore. I used to do that. I used to be somebody who professionally, for a job, for a living, I led horses to water and then I begged them to drink. Please drink. Look at all this water. Look at all this water. I've been making it rain. All this water's right here. You just got to drink it. So I don't beg horses to drink anymore. I teach men and women to fish. You guys decide if you want to be on a team. You guys decide if you want to be solo. You guys decide if you want to start your own team. If you want to do expansions, whatever it is that you want to do, KW is like drinking from a fire hose sometimes. It can get overwhelming. But I've been begging for water out of my own canteen for like 4 years. This is nice for me. Any other questions, guys? I'm going to hang out for a little while. Any other questions? Fantastic. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. Anybody want to come up and I'll leave this up for a couple of minutes. If you want to come up and tell everybody your one takeaway and do a little testimonial. We're trying to teach this all over the country right now. We're doing a book tour for the Machine Gunner's Guide to Real Estate. I'll be in Texas in May. We're trying to get out to Florida. We want to do an East Coast tour. If you guys can come up here and just say what you learned, what your takeaway was, just give me a little testimonial. It will actually help me out so that I can send this to other market centers. So I'm going to be right out there. I'm going to hang out for at least another 20 minutes. Okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I'm gonna plug my start to die. Stupid Apple, gigantic Apple plug.
Hold on, I want to piece of little mouse.
Do it.
That's why I want to, after school.
I'm just trying to figure something. Okay. Jesse, you want to all right.
Hi, I'm Vicki from La Quinta. That was amazing. We need to bring him to La Quinta. So have a good day.
And then it's 300,000, and then we find out that all you qualify for 200.
And make sure.
You're gonna say, hey, but I want the house around the corner.
It's
Exactly. So it kind of, you know.
Hello, I'm Sonetta, and I actually love the class, and what I actually got from the class is when you call in and you leave a voicemail, make sure you offer something of value. Take care. It's 187 calls, 20.
Yeah, I have a dialogue, that's why I got 0. And,
I mean, 4 calls.
do it again. Do it again.
Dude, give me the numbers.
Okay, all right.
I'll do it. I'll line it up right now. Technically, it's my second call. If we're gonna be technical, it took me 2 calls yesterday. I've done like 0 negative.
I got this radius. I got this radius. And I got the radius. So I just went on the
I found that
they're ready. And they're really,
I just conversation.
they don't just raise the rent.
It's up to you know what? I end up
I didn't get that amount.
Yeah,
Pretty much. Now, he said also that they don't do buyers things anymore.
Yeah.
you do it.
Buyers don't.
You know, when I first started, I did those.
I think why.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that. You know, I didn't do
But I don't want you to be.
Yeah.
So I think that by consultation, kind of solidify.
Yeah, I got possibly 2. They're interested in, some people that were there. Yeah.
So we'll just kind of, we'll talk a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead and do that.
A little bit jacked up, right? So on the data.
Right, because I just kind of feel like you shouldn't have been.
That like it doesn't matter how long that
you know what I'm saying?
Did you ever get a hold of Charlie? Did you ever get a hold of Charlie?
No.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's just so too far away from, because I'm in yeah, so it'd be like.
So when you start feeling triggered, you start getting out.
So what were your takeaways?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
My takeaway
Were you
was.
gonna ask me a question? Thanks.
My takeaway was the.
I mean, like. Yeah.
Because see, one of the questions I have is. We go buy in the next couple of months.
Right.
Do you want
Your signs.
Because the thing is, it's not good enough.
Mine is
Why?
done.
I took it off. Because number one, you know,
Okay, that's why.
so I took mine off. They used to be on, and it wasn't bad,
But I hear what you're saying.
but, you know, I have to be
Realistic.
Yeah, and I can't, it's
There it
interesting.
is, there it is.
It's
So
not about
Marines are always listening to the stuff that they want to listen to. They will listen to you. That's one of the problems, right? So what we need to do is we need to start focusing on bodies. We need to start focusing on we need to get out and do the big one.
Those are nice.
Right?
Because see, those are kind of really, yeah, because those are kind of.
Then
I
they
got my
can
car,
recognize you.
right, and I got my car.
You're
You know, because.
Then they'll know it's you.
Yeah.
So I say yes to that.
Okay, that's what
I
I
say
did.
yes to
Cause see,
that.
all my.
So that's okay.
I know. Mine's not on there.
I never did because I told somebody. And I don't want to direct them to me when I'm working. I was
Right? There are people that have post-traumatic stress, that have anxiety, fear, this kind of thing. So we can start helping these children, these
Scary.
women, these people that do not put their feet on the
And I'm not,
to start getting by,
I'm not like
start
that. I'm
looking
not
up,
like,
and start understanding
you know,
themselves.
I'm not, I'm very,
Right?
I'm not
So
flirty.
breathe,
I'm, you know, it's nice, but I'm not flirty.
take time to be mindful, because when you're reactive, what happens is you get the lungs and losses.
So that kind of scared me about the face thing. So then I started doing Dawn and I as the team. So then it's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna know, like, you're going her.
Right?
But now,
You was because
I really,
well, see, and that's what.
and then when I show up, even if you have that second thought, let me do the presentation. And then if you still don't want to, then bye. I'm good. I'm okay with that.
Okay, see, that's why.
But let me have the point.
That's why
Yeah.
I put them on my signs. But like I said.
I think you should.
You know what I'm saying?
Because then they're gonna put the face to the name. Because some people may
Know your face.
thinking about it and then go, okay, that's her. And then what they will do is they'll go, are you the lady that says this? And then you can say yes.
See, because that's what I plan on doing. I said, it's only about $30. I'm gonna leave it on.
No, I think you should. I think you should until people know. Right. I think that you should.
Okay,
I
so
absolutely think you should. No, I like to. And here's the thing. I was gonna say, Omar. However, I've never been the type of person that when you've been in the business forever, so you already know everything. Right. No, I don't know everything. And the thing is, I always have room to grow. And I like to hear what other people are doing too, because I'm always like, okay, now I don't necessarily believe in this. I still do feedback sheets because to me, I don't know what you're doing. Like, and listen, and what I tell people is, okay, you're gonna write down when we recap at the end, and I do out there, 1 to 10, I do 1 to 10.
So you know what I did? Because see, this is my head. I don't like when I'm doing.
Yes.
Because I get this.
I don't do
all the
that.
time. You know, everybody, and so I like the way you said that. But you need to keep.
Thank you, and that's why I like to do open houses.
Well, see, I've been doing them by myself.
But you miss people.
I know.
And the problem is, okay, so let's say you're talking to her, right, and she's not a buyer, but I am a buyer, and you didn't talk to me. Now I'm gone. Right. And you're talking to her, and she ain't gonna buy nothing. Like, you know, and you didn't even talk to me.
My best open house is what I did with other agents. Because when you by yourself, you're just like, by yourself, you can do it. But when we did it, first time we did it, it was just moving. Because each one of us had some.
Well, I'm the greeter because I have 2 guys, and a lot of times it's 3 of us.
You could, but that would be a waste of time.
I'm always the greeter, and if it's Saturday,
I'm like, happy Saturday, and I do that. And I let them go, or I let them talk. I give them a flyer on the house. But I also they get two pieces. They get the flyer for the house and they get the buyer feedback sheet. Okay, I got that. They're free. They're in there. I give them, and they're under the flyer on our clipboard. And I say to them, so when I read, see, I didn't answer his questions right because I guess I didn't interpret what he was saying. Because when they go in, that's what they get from me. And I say to them, you have a flyer on the house. And if you don't mind, before you leave, can you rate the house? I can give it to the seller and let them know what you thought about the house. Now, on the side of it, they can get information. I'm not asking you for information. I'm asking you to fill it out before you rate.
It's and I like
I don't do that.
It's like,
yeah, because you know what, if people ask me to sign in, I go like, and they'll go, can I get your permission to sign in? I don't even know if I want to buy it.
exactly.
So I'm like, no. So I do get that, but I don't ask them to sign it. I'm giving you, and believe me, people are giving me back the sign, and there's nothing wrong with it. Thank you very much for coming, and I give them my card, right before they go. And I'm not saying,
I see, but let me tell you something. I personally feel like,
okay, let me say this before I forget. I used to do something. We got calls all the time. I don't know. My rule was, we go out first. I'll go out first. And we're gonna show you because the area we have is.
You don't have to hold a single house here. So $100,000. Right?
That's a whole lot.
Yeah.
I already
don't talk about those,
and I just
because that's what makes us feel bad, right? That's what makes us feel bad. And you're starting to after it.
You know what I'm saying?
I say starting.
It's your business. You need to do everything. That's what I told me. So I'm gonna say that, and disclaimer. Did Regina tell you that? I say that, you know, there's no people that have contacted me. Because I have a good feeling. Then there are people that I don't have that feeling about. And I won't even take it. And so, you know, and if I'm wrong, then it's my bad. And it's my business. So I always say
see, I'm not. Yeah. So I feel like I would.
You're married and you're
one. And it's got to be within 30 minutes. You know?
And I think what I need to do is fill in my.
Well, we're gonna ask him, and you're gonna be getting more info and getting the right stuff. And I did like some of the things he said.
Okay, great. So,
I feel like I'm so I love church. I love kids. I like ladies. I like men. I like women. I usually don't talk to them so much because I never want to. You know, because women, they get weird. Me too.
Because I know
me too.
Take those hours if you're awake at night. You know what I mean? No one can ever stop you from working. That's great thing about real estate.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't.
Until I talk to her.
Exactly.
Because I'm, you know, and then if she's cold to me, then they know.
Right, because of what
She didn't even understand. And but I do. But one thing, okay, so one thing I do like he said when people go, I got a realtor. He's right. They're basically all the time.
They just know this.
But I wasn't wasn't. I didn't either. Oh, I say it when I go everywhere. If I go in my car, I'll be like, I don't need help, I'll call you when I do. And I promise I'll call you when I do. But like, don't follow me around. Don't, because first of all, I'm a power shopper. And I'm not very typical. It doesn't take me hours to make a decision. I've already done research. When I show up, I'm fine. Just let me figure out what I'm going to get. And if I'm getting nerves, I don't need anyone to follow me. I don't want extra. I don't want this in my head. Let me go figure it out. And then tell you, this is what I want. Put it together.
I'm still alive.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, we are.
So I.
Did you hear everything we said?
Probably.
Oh my God.
Excuse me.